What's up, tricksters and tricksetas, and welcome to another Tier 3 sub VOD review presented by my favorite really cool. Okay, let's do it normally one time. What's up, tricksters and tricksetas, and welcome to another Tier 3 sub VOD review presented by our favorite reading coach, CHARLATAN Papito. Today, at our coaching table, we have Franz Wuz, and he is the Omen main, playing in gold on Abysmal. So today we're focusing on, some Omen gameplay finally, and Omen VOD reviews. When it comes to playing Omen on Abyss, fine, Omen is a great agent on Abyss. A lot of good executes, good strategies, good tactics, good smoke setups. Not bad. Let's see, what our friend Fruz had to say to us. Yo, what's up, Charlatan in chat? What's up? I'm currently gold 1. I have dabbled between silver 3 and gold 2 for about a year now. Jesus Christ. Although I think that I could easily climb out of gold with a bit more consistency in playtime and an actual training routine that I can stick to. This is kind of hard for me to do because of school and other personal stuff, meaning I don't have as much time as I probably need for improvement. My main goal as a player is to have fun and improve while still having time for my personal life, which I know probably means I'll never get Radiant or Immortal. However, I think Ascendant should be doable someday. My guy just called every Radiant and Immortal player unemployed, like. Respect. But yeah, to be honest, like, if you want to see some consistent improvements in Valorant and to consistently rank up, you really need to play like, at least 3 games per day, every single day. Like, Valorant is just a game that feeds onto consistency, like consistency in your playtime, gameplay, structure, agents that you play, placed, everything. So, you're not wrong. Like, if you have a limited amount of time to play Valorant, probably you're not gonna get Radiant, this year. It is still possible. It is still possible. Like, I've coached some players that got Radiant with just, 40 hours of playtime in every single act. But obviously they needed, like, I don't know, like 4, 5, or 6 acts to get Radiant. Because, once you get in Immortal 3, your MMR is kinda shit. You need to keep 60% win rate, otherwise, you better be ready to spam a lot of games. But when it comes to reaching Immortal, like, even if you have a limited amount of time to play, let's say you have like 30, 40, 50 hours per act, which is not that much, like, that is like 1 game of Valorant per day. You can still get Immortal, within this year, if you have some kind of a good training improvement process, like if you, self-reflect a bit here and there, good aim training routine, and, you find the good agents for yourself and your playstyle. So that, going from Iron 1 to Immortal is still like a joke in this video game. Same as, going from, I don't know, Faceit level 1 to Faceit level 10 on CS2. It's literally like, whatever, like, anyone can do it. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see during this VOD review, what type of player you are. I pretty much exclusively have played Omen since I picked up Valorant. By the way, my first ever shooter game, and I couldn't imagine playing any other agent consistently for the time being. Now listen, Omen is not really an agent that I would recommend to players that have a limited amount of time to play Valorant. Like, Omen really requires you to be present in the game, to play the game every single day, to learn, all of the execute strategies, tactics, to experiment a bit here and there, to figure out the timings for every single play, which all of that requires a consistent playtime. So maybe, Omen for a player that is not playing Valorant that much is not really the best option. Not really the best option, but, if you really enjoy Omen, if Omen suits your playstyle, if you really want to grind Valorant on Omen, at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you have fun, that you enjoy the process, that you enjoy the game that you're playing, and you enjoy what you're doing. So, anyways, like, Omen is still, like, top 3 agents when it comes to players' solo improvement in terms of their, individual skills. So, yeah, sure, fine. My playstyle pretty much is a combination of your videos, tutorials on Omen, and the philosophy, fuck around and find out. Okay? I mean, you don't wanna fuck around and find out, like, always. Like, you just wanna fuck around and find out, like, when you're trying to get better. But you're not really fucking around, you're just trying to fuck around with a good place, execute some strategies, and occasionally, you know, experiment a bit, but okay. My warm-up before playing Ranked or Premier, my guys playing Premier in Gold 1, I respect, is just 2 death matches and sometimes 5 minutes in the range, shooting strafing bots from the side of the range, which I know isn't enough. I'll, you know, after this VOD review, I'll try to figure out some kind of a warm-up for you that is like, you know, limited in terms of time, like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, we'll see. Maybe I'll give you some of my private Colox routines, and that's it. I'm unsure what exactly my problems are, but I'm pretty sure that my aim is one of the bigger ones. Again, due to me not really aim training consistently at all. I mean, you know, like, when you have a limited amount of time to, like, improve in Valorant, I would probably spend the most amount of my time, when it comes to aim training, on just refining my crosshair placement, on both attackers and defender side. Because, you know, if you have a good crosshair placement, even if your aim is like, you know, inconsistent or terrible, or you don't have time to play the game that much, like, you'll get some kills, you know, like, you'll be a competitor in a game that you play, essentially. Like, you'll have a chance to kill the enemies and to make the good plays. So yeah, we'll see. As well as not using my paranoia and my ult often enough because I hold on to them for the perfect moment, which often forbids me from having 2 ults per half. Listen, a perfect moment of time to use your abilities is whenever you see an inch of opportunity to outplay the enemies and do something with it. Like, throughout the VOD review, I'll really focus on this problem. You know, like, I'll tell you exactly, you know, when is a good moment of time to use the ultimate, when is a good moment of time to use paranoia, because in 2 rounds, there must be a moment of time where, like, you can use your paranoia, obviously, and where you can use your ultimate as well. We'll see. At least for information, if nothing else, or just to take some additional space. My communication isn't very efficient at the moment, and I lose confidence to talk a bit if my team doesn't answer or listen to my calls. Listen, you're never talking to your teammates in ranked solo queue with a pre-assumption that they're gonna listen to you. Like, most of the times they won't. But if you don't try, you will never know. You know, like, in a game of Valorant, when it comes to communication in ranked, like, first thing that you always want to do is you always want to tell your teammates what you see, what you want to do, and any information that you gather during the round that they can work with. Second thing, on the attacker side, you really want to try leading your teammates in the first 4 rounds on a macro level. You know, hey guys, let's do A push, let's do B push, let's do this, let's do that. You don't need to be, you know, professional IGL, just a basic plan that they can follow initially, and on which we can kind of adapt and potentially, you know, scoot that round and win it. Now, when it comes to, like, other types of comms, like, you know, you should try to micromanage your teammates if they're using some utility that is just horrible. You know, your controller is using bad smokes, or you're playing with a chamber on Abyss, and the chamber is, I don't know, putting his trip like this, for an example, instead of using the default 2 trips for Abyss, for an example. So that's you know, you need to calm this shit, because if you don't do it, then, you know, we're gonna lose the match or rounds because of some basic mistakes that can be corrected like this. Now, my ping is mostly stable, but sometimes I do have a slight lags, 100, 120 ping for a few seconds. But I can't really do much about that except exit lag or similar stuff, but I don't really have the money for that. Exit lag can help you with this problem, potentially. and you should give it a try. Like, you have a 3 days free trial if you download it, but other than that, you know, call your ISP, threaten them, like, listen, listen here, motherfuckers, like, if you don't fix my internet right now, like, I'm gonna bomb your headquarters. We're not gonna do that, but yeah, I don't know, you know. My microphone is really silent in game, and in the VOD, I don't know how to fix it, but I'm working on it, sorry. I don't know, like, you know, in game, like, go to settings, go to audio, look at your microphone volume, like, put it on the highest if possible, and also in the Windows settings, maybe, you know, maybe something is fucked up here, so check it. Other than that, I really don't know, like, literally. So yeah, okay. When it comes to the tracker, our friend Fruz from is yeah, pretty much stuck in this, like, goldish rank, goldish elo. And listen, your playtime is okay in terms of you should have reached at least Diamond 1 until now, basically. I mean, you got Gold 1 in Episode 9, Act 3, and since then, you played, like, what is this, like, 200 and 300 hours of Valorant. Like, we should have reached, like, at least Platinum 3 or Diamond 1 with this amount of playtime. So, you know, this is not that bad. You know, what is bad is, like, you know, 17 hours, 22, like, you know, that's a very, very small amount of time where you won't have even, you won't even have time to get onto your peak. But, you know, 40, 51, 70, 37, like, you could have like maybe reached like Platinum 3 or Diamond 1 until now. And as I said, like, I'll really try my best to find some kind of a training for you that is mindful, like, basically that doesn't require a lot of time and that is just focusing on your most visible problems at this moment. My guy is just an Omen main, overall, respect, but as I already mentioned, I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. Like, when you have such a limited amount of time to play Valorant, it is mega giga hard to be consistent on an agent such as Omen, and to actually learn the Omen properly. Like, it's so hard, like, really hard. So maybe you should give something a proper try. You know, you played Omen for like 500 hours, or right? Is this guy just Omen mania, like 790 matches? But 790 matches across like two years, like that's, you know, no, not enough, not good to actually see some significant improvement. Maybe you should you know, touch some other agents, but we'll see. You know, like, we'll see in this VOD review, like, what might suit your playstyle and what could be a, you know, good flex and fill picks for you, or secondary mains. When it comes to your performance, let's take a look at some previous act. Okay, listen, like, none of your stats is like bad. Like, almost every single stat of yours is like just average, you know, for a Gold 1 player. But even with these type of stats, like, you should be able to have a bit more solo impact on winning the rounds and closing the rounds. Like, obviously, as per usual, like, you know, your KST is abysmal if we pair it up with other stats of yours. Like, we're definitely dying, you know, every single match. 4 or 5 deaths that don't have to happen, don't need to happen. Like, where maybe we can play with our teammates, play a bit more reserved, play on a refray game, or just take a better fight. You know? Headshot percentage, surprisingly really fucking good for a Gold 1 player. But, you know, headshot percentage doesn't really tell you if someone is mechanically good. Like, because you don't always want to go for headshots in Valorant, number one. And number two, like, you really want to use a variety of weapons to win your matches and to win your rounds. Like, when I see this high of a headshot percentage in Gold 1, My brother is like a Vandal machine or Phantom machine. And yes, he is a Vandal and Phantom machine, basically. Like, my brother has like 700 kills on Phantom and Vandal. Other weapons are non-existent. Like, in low elo, it is so easy going from Iron 1 to Immortal 1 by abusing every single weapon that this game gives you. Every single weapon. Like, literally, especially with Omen. With Omen, weapon versatility is mega important. Because you can literally win the rounds for your team by using every single weapon in the game. You know, you don't need to limit yourself on stupid like Phantom every single time or every single round. It's just stupid on an agent such as Omen. Now you should be using a Phantom, Classic, Operator, Stinger, Vandal, Bulldog, Outlaw, Shorty, Judge, Spectre, Bucky, Odin, Marshall, Bandit, everything. Literally everything. And of course, there's excuse, see, bro, relax. This doesn't only apply to Omen. Every agent. Like, the easiest way to go from Iron 1 to Immortal is just by having a very deep weapon versatility, having multiple different strategies and counters that you can use.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Isaac Included, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub. That you can abuse to counter the enemies and get the free picks, and that's it. Also, when it comes to your performance in different rounds, this is, you know, kinda unacceptable. Okay, you know, eco rounds are, you know, all of this here is fine. It's like, whatever. It's okay. It's okay for a Gold 1 player. Problems are the KST in full by rounds, semi-rounds, and pistol rounds. And generally in pistol rounds, you have a very low impact. Like, pistol rounds are objectively the most important rounds in Valorant. Because they determine not really the outcome of the match, but the outcome of your teammates' mentality for that specific game. Like, the first 4 rounds, you know, when you're below Ascendant 1, below Immortal 3, literally, you need to play them to perfection. Like, you just need to have a strict set of strategies, tactics that you perform in these rounds, and a very good mindset and playstyle for these type of rounds, which we're gonna cover, you know, like, as we start with this VOD review. Everything else, you know, not bad. Like, you know, you deserve to be like Gold 1, Gold 2, Gold 3, but it can be better. Obviously, it can be better, and let's see what is that better. Now, so we're starting on a defender side of Abysmal. Just a moment, let me get into the game. Abysmal, options, cheats, defender side. How is his KST better in Eco? I don't know. it's really surprising, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, chat, I'm gonna give you predictions immediately. I'm not gonna cuck you. So, do they win the first round? Like, I think that can be like... do they win first round? Yes, no, start, bam. Okay, sexy butt naked also, man. I'm using the AWP on Killjoy, as you should. Do you think it's possible to get stuck in a rank for multiple acts without deserving it? Or if you play consistently, you'll always eventually get to your deserved rank in like 1 to 2... A rank for multiple acts without deserving it. Yeah, it is possible. It is possible. Because in Valorant, because of how MMR system works, sometimes, like, even if you have a negative win rate, you can literally rank up. People can literally rank up with 47% win rate. It is possible. Now listen. So, let me just enable all of this scheiße. So sorry, chat. I'm just trying to find something. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting. I cannot tell you what I'm doing. Wait. I'm trying to find something on Abyss. That's not possible. Okay, we're not gonna do it on this map. Okay. Let's end the barrier. So, we end up on Abyss. First thing you ask yourself is what you should do on this map, how should you play this map, and which rules and tips should you follow. On Abyss, on the defender side, your default side, number 1 priority, B side. Number 2 priority, A side. Number 3 priority, mid area of the map. Now, first round, you always play on B. And where you play in a second round depends how the first one goes. So if you lose the first round, second round you should always play on A. And if you win the second round, you should play the first round, you should play the second round on mid. Now, on Abyss, whenever you have no idea where the enemies are gonna go, your teammates are playing passively, or enemies are playing some kind of an eco halberd bonus round, just start somewhere on mid and play fast rotations between A site and B site. Keep in mind that Abyss is a slow rotation map, so basically, starting from the round number 5, your rotations need to be meaningful. What does that mean? That means that you need to base your rotations based on some kind of an information, either from the previous rounds or from the current round that you're playing. But in the first 4 rounds, you should be doing fast rotations, and on the first contact between your team and enemy team, you need to make some kind of a move. Now, when it comes to the team compositions that we have right here, your team comp is like fine. You know, it's okay. Like, literally, there is nothing that we kind of lack, and it's, you know, average ranked solo queue shenanigan type of a team comp. When it comes to the enemy team comp, when you're taking space on a defender side, we need to be aware of the Sova darts, arrows, and drone. They have a pretty shit duelist to take the space on Abyss, so maybe we can play a bit more aggressively and deny their utility before they go for the executes. When it comes to the Sage, we need to be careful when it comes, you know, to her walls. There's a lot of good Sage walls that she can use to F you up and to, you know, the Grim walls. And Clove is going to be their main weakness on a defender side, because if the Clove is not playing mid, she cannot smoke A side and B side immediately. Okay, nothing really to worry about. Everything is as per default, as per the playbook. Now, in the first round with Omen, I would simply recommend you to play the Ghost Shorty strategy. Like, basically, go down here, drop a Shorty, get a Ghost, start on this position, wait for the Sova drone to be somewhere here, you know, to pass this angle, peek the enemies, try to get 1 kill, drop down, smoke yourself like this, get a Shorty, enemies are coming into the bomb site, they're coming here, bop bop, 1 kill, and then we can try to scoot back around the smoke and try to additionally outmaneuver the enemies. If enemies are going A, keep the Ghost and simply give your teammates a default smoke like this and just rotate through mid to support your allies as soon as possible. The reason I will not go for any classic shorty strategies because, you know, map is medium range, long range fights, like it's a bit bigger than other maps. So this strategy is gonna give you, like, if enemies are going B, you have a 1 free kill in the pocket 10 out of 10 times. 10 out of 10 times, like, no matter what enemies do. Why, you know, why is 1 smoke fine? 1 smoke is absolutely fine because anyways, like in the first round, 99% of times in ranked solo queue, enemies are just gonna do a 5-man push somewhere. 5 man push A, 5 man push B. On B side, the only thing that you need is a smoke here. On A side, the only thing that you need to support your teammates is this or this smoke if enemies didn't take this space in the A main area of the map. And by the time that you go for the retake, you'll probably have one recharge smoke to smoke over the spike as well. So it's absolutely no problem playing with only one smoke. But, you know, it's really up to you. As long as you play B side, it's totally fine. Let's see what our friend is gonna do. Fruvuz!
If you die, I have your memories backed up at base.
Which sentinel is most useful in Abyss? Chamber is fine. You know, Chamber is really fucking good on this map. But useful, I would say Vise and Cypher. Vise and Cypher. Fruz is in the chat, bro. Listen, starting on the B set, on the A set in the first round is mega giga dangerous. The reason is very simple. Like retaking A set in the first round is easy. Like you know, all of the fights are very clean fights. When you're clearing the angles, like there's a very limited amount of crossfire setups that enemies can use to fuck you up. But retaking B site in the first round, especially if enemies take more space and they can play on all of these angles, off angles, and positions, is just hell of a time. Play B in the first round.
Turret out. Placing swarm grenade.
Also, you know, like most teams in ranked solo queue, when they see that you have one sentinel, you know, like you have a killjoy for an example, or Sage, or Cypher, most teams will go B. Because most teams will pre-assume that that sentinel is playing on the A site. So right now, stacking the A site is just such a huge gamble. And, you know, this is the information, and this is the mindset that you need to have at the start of every single match. Like, you don't start the games in Valorant by jerking your cock off to Pornhub or, you know, OnlyFans, for an example. Like, you start the match by instantly thinking, like, what should I do with this team comp against this team comp? Like, what should I expect from the enemies? What should I expect from my teammates? How should I play this map on attacker's defender side? You know, instant brain activation. Also here, we can immediately see one problem. Like, there's never a single moment of time where you should be holding your utility in your hands before you're actually ready to deploy them. Like here, if I'm starting on A set already, like I'm starting with my Tejo, and I'm trying to refrag this motherfucker. Whatever he does, I want to do it with him. And I want to try to get a refrag. And then once we get a contact with the enemies in the A main area of the map, like, if we're always starting on A, why would I use a default smoke to stop the enemy's push? Like here we start with the Tejo. You know, Tejo takes a fight. Let's try to fight with him. Let's try to refrag the enemies. Not too much, but, you know, just poking around a bit. And then, you know, like, we can put a one-way smoke up here. Now enemies either need to risk jumping there, or they need to use some utility in order to cross this smoke. Then once we waste, you know, once enemies waste a few abilities, like maybe Sova Drone, Sova Dart, or something like that, we can top off this smoke with another smoke, additionally stop the enemy's execute, and that's it. Also, when it comes to this, you know, this position, like with Omen, you can still create the setup, like where you can outmaneuver the enemies around the smoke. Like basically, if you put the smoke like this on top of this position, you can use this part of the smoke to wrap the enemies and get into this corner. In this corner, enemies don't see your feet because of this gap right here. Now, of course, this is the strategy you use like with shotguns and eco rounds. And I don't know, like classic light shield, 2 smokes and 2 shrouded steps for the first round of Abyss on the defender's side, it's a bit dangerous. I mean, it's okay. You can play with the classic. Anyways, you have 2 shrouded steps to close the gap with the enemies, but you'll have to play a bit more aggro. This is absolutely dog shit. Whenever your teammates are, you know, getting pressured on the B side of Abyss, you should always give them this smoke. The only time when you should not give this smoke to your teammates is if enemies are playing some kind of an eco or halberd round. They have a low economy. Then you can maybe give them, you know, this smoke in combination with this smoke or a one-way here or something like that.
Going out.
But generally speaking, like, everything that your teammates need when they're defending the B site is this. They need to have the ability to choose which fights they want to pick, where they want to pick the fights. They need to have the ability to potentially outmaneuver and outplay the enemies, or simply to escape and live a happy life. Is the night market coming tomorrow? I have no idea, man. What's good, Bob? What's good, man? But that gives me energy. You mean like interesting type, interesting way of getting the energy, you know?
Nice, dude.
Cover going out.
You know, this is one of the reasons why that mid-size smoke is important. Your Reyna would have died anyways. You know, your Reyna would have died anyways. But your Jet, you know, maybe she could have outmaneuvered the enemies. Maybe she could have taken a better fight. I don't know. But what is the moral of the story of this round? Just play B set in the first round, please. Especially if you already have a Sentinel on A. You don't need to play B. You don't need to play A. Just play B, please.
Nice, dude.
And also, remember, when you're playing Omen, any agent in Valorant, you're playing Jesus Christ, precision is more important than speed. Slow utility can fuck you up, potentially. You know, if you mistime it and then you do it a bit slower. But utility that is shit is always gonna fuck you up. Like, when you're placing the Omen smokes, take your time. Just make sure that the smoke doesn't have any gaps, that the smoke is good for the play that you're going for, and that's it. You'll build up the speed as you repeat these good plays over with time. Same as with anything else.
Cover going out.
Like, I'm not even certain that smoke is gonna land on the bridge.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
That's a kill. No, listen, like, we're pretty much fucked here. Like, this round is just unwinnable. Like, that's why in ranked solo queue, it is mega, giga important if you're playing between Iron 1 and Immortal 2 that you follow all of the rules that I've mentioned in my ranked playbook on Discord server. Like in the first 4 rounds. Like, these rules, these tips, these strategies will give you 60 to 80% of chances of winning these rounds. Instead of doing 50-50 gambles and positioning however the fuck you want. Okay.
Me?
Now, as I already mentioned, like, if you lose the first round, second round of Abyss, you should always play on the A site. And in the second round, if you're playing, you know, eco round, just play classic shorty strategy. You know, I just put a shorty here, get a classic, get maybe one shrouded step, and, you know, start the round by jiggle picking the enemies and baiting them. Switch to the shorty, drop the cubby position smoke like this, And through this smoke, you're trying to outmaneuver the enemies. Also, what you can try doing is doing a deeper smoke, like this, and just trying to play either behind the smoke or inside of the smoke right here, and dropping onto the enemies and going for 1-2 kills, potentially. And that's it. Sapinga TV, yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Jet, Omen, Raze, Chamber, like Phoenix, still, you know, the best. And after Ascendant 1, like Vele and Yoru. Yo, Old Man Gamer, also, man. Predictions? Yeah, sorry. Whoever said he's gonna lose, easy W, huh? Let's make a prediction. Next one can be, do they win the 4th round, like the full buy round, right? Is that a full buy? No, 3rd round. No, yeah, 4th. Yeah, 3rd round. 3rd round is their full buy round and enemies bonus.
Yeah, you.
Swamp grenade. Placing swamp.
I really wonder how you have a decent performance in eco rounds if you're not abusing, you know, Bucky and Shorty
Grenade.
and Bandit. You know, on this map as well, brother, Bandit is amazing for this eco round. Amazing, because a lot of the players in low elo, like, they buy a light shield with a Vandal. They buy a... Oh, camera gone. It's gonna come back soon. They buy a... Camera, can we come back? Dom arigato. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A lot of the players in this elo, they're gonna play this round with the pistols. They're gonna play this round with a light shield and Vandal or some bullshit like that. Light shield and Stinger Spectre. Bandit is really good. So in this round, get a Bandit. You'll have higher chance of winning this round. Get a Classic and Shorty. You can easily get 1 or 2 picks before you die. So far, I'm 2 out of 2.
Placing alarm bot.
This is also pretty good. I love that you're fearless, playing this aggressively in eco rounds. Like, this is a good playstyle, a good mindset. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Now, this teleport, you know, should not work. Because, when is a perfect moment of time to teleport like this? When there's a lot of shit happening on the map. Like, there's a lot of gunshots, utility being used, utility being placed. There's some kind of a chaos that maybe you created or your teammates. But 70%, 80% of times, this is not gonna get you a kill. But okay, you know, we're playing in gold, silver, you know, this type of bullshit can work, but just remember that this is not a good play. You know, this is not a good play at all. A good play, you know, good play like this is when you maybe paranoid the enemies, you want to TP behind them, you create some kind of a chaos with your smokes, your teammates are spamming the enemies, bombarding them with utility, or enemies are using a lot of utility and making a lot of footsteps, masking your own footstep. Athletic Paris, yeah, I saw it, man. Like, yesterday I got a message from you, Charlatan. I accidentally reported you for fraudulent behavior on Discord. Brother, I don't look at a porn that is not, you know, at least 21 years old, so it's fine. And he asked me to, like, add an account on Discord, like random account. He's like a Discord lord, like moderator or something. No, I figured it out, man. Like, how did you get hacked, bro? Like, I clicked a link. Okay, you know, nice try, but you would have like 10 times higher chances of getting a kill here if you actually abuse a Shorty, Bucky, or even a Bandit, to be honest. Like, you know, Shorty here would be amazing. if you already want to play this aggressively in eco rounds, you can put a very deep smoke like this. Maybe play in this, you know, no one in your elo is gonna spam this smoke right here. Like if gold, platinum, diamond, silver players spam this part of the smoke, you should give them $10 Valorant points after that match. Like just get in a smoke, maybe wait for the Sova drone and kill the Sova, wait for some closer footsteps from the enemies. You'll get 1 or 2 kills, trade yourself, give your teammates higher chances of winning this round and also damaging the enemy's economy. Okay, now now in this third round, when enemies are playing bonus rounds, eco rounds, halberd rounds, always start summer or mid. Always. Like, especially in this third round, right now, I have no idea where the enemies are gonna go. Absolutely, I have no idea. So the best idea is just keep the mid control, support your jet, and, you know, from mid, you can be very, very fast to support your teammates on both A site and B site as well. This round is a bit of a gamble type of round, and we cannot start on the B site. Especially because, you know, a lot of the times in these lower elos, when the players are playing with eco round, bonus round, halberd round weapons, you know, pistols, Stinger, Spectres, and shit like that, they will actually go A. So I don't know. The safest bet here is just start on mid, buy all of the utility, buy the, you know, Phantom Vandal with the heavy shield, and support your jet. Anyways, like, you know, a lot of the times, if you don't know what you should do on a defender's side, like, you know, you don't know how to counter the enemies or where to position, your secondary option is just look at the minimap and ask if you can maybe support the play of one of your teammates. That's also fine. Like here, for example, you know, based on the body posture of our jet, we can easily pre-assume that the jet is... she's going. She's just going. She's gonna take some aggro fights in mid. Let's support that guy. You know? In the worst case scenario, like, we keep the mid control, and then maybe we can do some kind of a flank onto B. Maybe we can do a flank onto A. We can rotate a bit faster, and that's it. And we have all of the information for that round. Yeah. Now listen, when you're playing on this angle against the Sova, like this upper off angle or lower angle, you should always wait for the Sova drone to be somewhere here before you peek out. Because, I mean, this is low elo, and there is a chance that enemies are just gonna swing it, and they're not even gonna wait for the Sova drone. But most smart players will wait for the Sova drone to clear these angles, you know, to clear this initial angle, and then they're gonna peek out and engage you. So, let's bait out that Sova drone, you know, like, let's keep the info for ourselves right here. Sova drone is here, you peek out, try to get a kill, and reset yourself. Same goes for this position as well. Brother, let's not use the smokes while we are overexposed from the enemies. Let's keep that as a rule. Also, once again, like, I mean, okay, in this round, using some kind of a smoke setup like this is okay, because enemies should be playing some kind of a bonus round. But we can also see, based on the enemy economy, that they actually saved in a second round, which is absolutely idiotic. So this is actually the enemy's first full buy round. So, you know, right now, once again, because enemies are playing with good weapons, if you already want to do some kind of a smoke, you should do this smoke right here. But not before you try to get this type of a kill. and reset yourself. Then we can do this smoke. If the enemies are bunny hopping here, we can paranoid them, take the easiest kill of your life, reset on the site. Maybe we can use a paranoia when the enemies are in the choke point, engage them aggressively, try to get a kill and then reset. Play around this smoke, you know, like maybe get into this corner right here and wait for some good moment of time to peek out and kill the enemies.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out. Blinding.
This paranoia, an absolute waste. Listen, you should almost never, remember almost, but you should almost never use your paranoia to delay or to stop the enemies execute. You want to mainly use your paranoia to engage the enemies, potentially get a kill, and to split the enemies apart. So, in this specific game, the perfect moment of time to use paranoia is like when one enemy is disconnected from the rest of their team. Like, you know, maybe enemy raise, satchels into this position. Then you want to use this type of a paranoia to delete the raise, keep the rest of the enemy team back, take one easy solo frag, and reset yourself. Or, from this position, you know, like, enemies are scaling up, here, paranoia, easiest kills of your life, reset yourself. Like, though, a question, did you quit playing Valorant? No. I'm playing a bit of Valorant off stream, because I need to keep myself up with the meta strategies and stuff. Like, I also started testing. I play like 20 matches. I'm not playing on my main account though. I'm playing on my secondary Radiant accounts. I'm testing so many shit for coaching. Like literally, I wanna die in the last 7 days. Like from how much Valorant I played and how much data I collected. Like it's just literally my brain is hurting right now. I'm tired as fuck. More tired than when we actually streamed like for 30 days in a row. But we're definitely gonna play Valorant here and there, like, you know. I cannot quit this game. I'm a bit addicted as well. I'm not gonna lie, like. So we will be playing. He should have messaged Sense sick. Wait. Why do you make the fun of out of other people, bro? Is that what type of human you are? What the fuck? My guy is crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, when you drop this smoke here, it is mega giga dangerous getting into this smoke and playing inside of it. The reason is very simple. You never know when one enemy is gonna decide that it's time to do this. And he is gonna kill you 100%. Like, if you already wanted to make some kind of an aggressive play here to support your jet, you should have just sneaked into this smoke and tried to potentially pick the enemies on timing as the jet is moving in. Or even better, if you saved your paranoia, you could have done a paranoia like this and maybe teleport while the jet is distracting the enemies. Because if you paranoid the enemies here and on the tower, like, enemies will most likely get into this cover, into this corner, because they're getting pressure by your jet. This is 8 meters away. The enemies don't see you while you teleport. Anyways, in this elo, like, when the enemies get paranoid, like, God knows, you know, where they're gonna be looking and what they're gonna expect. But getting into this smoke, absolute Sudoku. Especially making the sound how you know, how you did it. Holy shit, my dude is in a... My guy is in a matrix, bro. Like, he dodged every single sheriff bullet, man, in this smoke.
Cover going out.
Where are these people shooting?
Blinding.
I'm back, sexy boy. Listen, you had to make some kind of a play right now. Like, you know, enemies heard your footstep. This guy is reloading the sheriff. Your Jet got a kill. Like, this is a moment of time where you make an aggressive play. But considering this is a potential bonus round for the enemies, like, I really don't get it. Why are we playing this aggressively and like this? Why are we risking so much? Like, right now, the guy is reloading the weapon. 2 or 3 enemies are distracted by your teammate. Try to go for it. Try to make something out of it. But overall, this whole play was just mega risky for 0 reasons. So you're gonna teleport when your Jet dies. But you're not gonna teleport when your Jet is fully distracting the enemies and she's in a war with the enemies. Think about it. I mean, once again, you know, this is gold, silver, platinum. Like, you know, these players are playing on 20% brain power. This is gonna work. But the problem is, like, when you repeat this type of bad plays and you develop these bad habits in, let's say, Diamond Ascendant, you will start getting punished a lot for this shit.
One enemy remaining.
Like, this is what I meant when I said, like, you know, I'm not telling you to fuck around and find out. I'm telling you to fuck around with good plays and find out good timings when to do them. Like, that's, you know, that's what you should be doing with when you're getting better with Omen. Okay. Like, the perfect moment of time for you to teleport like this is when enemies are reloading, there's a lot of gunshots, a lot of sound, a lot of noise, your teammates are pressuring the enemies, a lot of abilities are flying, all the way up to even Immortal. There's a chance you outplay the enemies. There's a chance you get the kills, like 60 to 80% of chances, but doing it like this, when the enemies already heard your footsteps and they just killed your Jet, they're ready for a fight, most of the times it's not gonna work. Okay, so first round, enemies went B. Second round, A. Third round, B. Enemies are following AB rule and AB pattern. Yes, sir. This round, we play on the A side. Now, once again, there should never be a moment of time where you start like this on a defender side. Get the information first. Try to bait out some enemy's utility, you know. Before you prepare, you know, before you do this smoke. Like, first, you know, start in the same area of the map by jiggle picking the enemies or holding some tight angle or dead zoning the enemies on timing. Then once you get that info, then you can deploy this smoke immediately and just, you know, maybe position to some off angle like this as a secondary position, or aggress the enemies if your teammates want to aggress them. Then from this angle we can maybe get one more kill, we can replenish the smoke or do a regular smoke. Then if enemies want to get up there, you can maybe get one more kill, drop down, enemies are moving in, Paranoimus Rex, TP, kill the enemy Raze or whoever the fuck went in. We can TP out into the enemy smoke, get away with 1, 2, 3 kills. Is his FPS capped at 144? But maybe he doesn't have a monitor that is better than that. Predictions. Yo, sorry, man. Like, don't lynch me here, man. Like, don't kill me immediately. They won the third round, right? Yeah, they won it. Which other prediction you want? Prediction. How many kills at the half? That's a good one. Do you have a review for Sova? I think I have like maybe 3 Sova VOD reviews or 4 in the last 3 years. I just do the VOD reviews based on what the players submit. You know? Like all of these tier 3 sub and 3 VOD reviews, like, I just do them based on what people want me to review. Like, I don't just randomly pick VODs like left and right.
Cover going out.
Precision over the speed. Also, the only time, like, when you should do smokes immediately as the round starts is either to support some kind of a play of yours to deny information from the enemies or to support your teammates. You know, like on Abyss, there's not a single smoke that you do instantly as soon as the round starts in the A main area of the map. And B main as well. On mid, okay. You know, if your teammates want to take the mid control or we want to fuck up the enemies here, that's a good smoke to use immediately as the round starts. But every other smoke, like, wait a bit. You know, like, you don't want to waste the timer of your smoke. We don't know if enemies are even gonna go A. Yes, you know, based on AB rule and all of that stuff, and rule of fear, like, chances are really high. But get some footsteps. Get some short, small fight. Hold some tight angle. Deal some damage. See what your Tejo wanna do. And then use a one-way smoke later. What's your opinion on Sense Randomizer aim training method? It's good. It can definitely help you. You should definitely try it out. Definitely try it out. Try it out for like 3 weeks, you know? If you see some improvements and, you know, it's working for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, you play worse, you aim worse, drop it in a bin, be done with it. At least you tried. Now listen, this position that you play here is mega giga dangerous because, you know, you cannot commit yourself to playing this position on Abyss on the A side. Because most of the players, most of the teams will spam this spot and you will just be in line of sight right here. Like whenever you position yourself behind some kind of a cover, behind your smokes, you always want to ask yourself, you know, are there any chances that enemies are going to spam that position? Like, what is the highly likely position that enemies are going to spam at that moment of time? Like, for example, there's not a single smoke on any map in Valorant where I would play with the shotguns like this. But on Abyss, it makes sense because very, very rarely, and you know, players are going to spam this part of the smoke in the A main area of the map. You know, like, if I have this as a default smoke, like, this line of sight is out of my, you know, that's not my position to play. I'm gonna play somewhere else. Like, here we'll, you know, we wasted a smoke for nothing. Maybe we could have got a kill with the Tejo. We would have had a better timing on the smoke as well.
Cover going out. Shadows traveling.
And you lost like 122 health points for nothing. Now this is also a really bad repositioning that you did. Like, if you already... Listen. So enemies didn't even start going onto the A side. They didn't cross this segment at all. You did a smoke. Why do you teleport tower? TP here. Get some kind of a secondary, safe, off angle where you can play on the edge of it. I'm sorry guys, like my sensitivity is so low right now. We can play on the edge of it and just, you know, maybe you get a surprise pick like that. Maybe you can bait for your Tejo. You know, you get a first contact, you drop down, Tejo gets the second fight. Anyways, when you're defending the A set of split of Abyss, when the enemies are scaling out through this choke point, this paranoia is amazing. You know, we have this smoke, Raze is satcheling in, we curve the paranoia, bam, you can probably get a free pick. And then you can TP out into the enemy smoke and reset yourself, maybe. CHARLATAN, if I'm able to save up for coaching, is it okay if my VOD is reviewed using Valorant's replay mode? It's fine. It's okay. I personally, I don't prefer the replay mode because I hate hindsighting. You know, I hate when someone is doing a VOD review and they're like, They watch the round and then they're like, oh, you should have done this and that. Like, but my fucking grandma can review the VODs like that and coach like that. Like, I can pull Bengchen and he can coach you. Sorry, Bengchen. So, yeah, what rank is this Omen in gold 2? And I need to make some kind of a better indicator. Like, literally, the rank is right here. So, your repositioning in this round and general positioning and utility usage, 0 points.
Nagyon jó vagy. Ez az.
Now listen here. Listen up, bro. Don't watch for the enemy's flanks and lurks until enemies give you an information that they like to do that, because you might just be wasting your time. Like in ranked solo queues, it is always better to fight up front. As long as you don't have the info, you know, like if enemies like to play alone, split apart, fake and shit like that. First time when they show you something like this, then you should be, you know, worrying about this type of plays a bit more, because here it was 10 times better if you pick the fights with a Tejo and Reyna. You know that enemies are in A-main. You know that there's at least like 2-3 enemies in A-main, 4 maybe. In the last 3 rounds, they just played together as 5 and just did 5-man executes. What makes you believe that they're doing something different right now? Nothing. Yes, like when you don't have the info about all of the enemies, like you're not really certain how many enemies are in the A-main, you should occasionally check your back while you're playing with your teammates. But here, like, right now, you should just be fighting with Reyna, fighting with Tejo, using this paranoia to support them and kill the enemies. And later, we're gonna worry about a Sage that is lurking or whatever. Also, this is a bad sign, you know, this round. Like, speed up a bit. Like, if your teammates want to run it down, your job is to close the gap with this motherfucker as soon as possible. And try to fight with her. Yes, you have only 28 HP, but we need to take a fight with Arena. You have a paranoia, you have shrouded steps, we can outplay the shit out of enemies. I need to stop swearing, man. Like, our ban on TikTok expired. And we're gonna be live on TikTok from tomorrow. I need to change my vocabulary completely. I need to become a profound English speaker from London. Okay, maybe not London, but...
One enemy remaining. Spike down, attacker spawn. Flawless.
Okay. Pretty much in this round, your solo impact was once again 0. This one playing B. Okay, good. You know, as long as the enemies are following this AB pattern of executes, we position based on the AB pattern of executes. What's really gonna be important in this round is this middle side smoke. So enemy Raze has the ultimate. If we don't deploy this middle side smoke, we are cooked. Absolutely. Like, we need that smoke to block the enemy's vision, to outmaneuver this Raze, and potentially get some kills. Like, yes, we can start the round on some kind of an off angle, you know, once again, we can play here, try to kill one enemy, or maybe here on timing, then reposition up there, then from this position try to get another pick, smoke down, but then, like, you know, if enemies are moving in, Raze is satcheling, we can maybe paranoid the enemies, get a few more picks before the Raze shits on us with this rocket. I don't know who said it, but someone said you smoke middle of sight if you have equal guns, and you smoke deeper if you have weapon advantage. Do you agree? Yes. That's what I literally said like 3 rounds ago. My guy's playing aggressively. Listen, like, playing aggressively in this round is shit. Enemies are playing a bit of a half-buy. They don't have that good of a weapons, you know, like... Yes, Raze has the ultimate, but still... No reason to go for some aggro play. At least not in this round. Now listen, one really good play that can work like 90% of times in the ranks below Ascendant 1. Listen here. You put a smoke like this for tower. So you leave yourself a gap there. You teleport behind the box. Enemies don't know exactly if you teleported up or down based on this sound. Most of the players are gonna pre-assume that you teleported up. But even if the enemies get into this smoke, they don't know if you're here. Enemies are pushing through the B main. Paranoia. Get a few kills, get the fuck out. Or you can simply TP onto the site and fully reset yourself. And you can mix up this play like with 2-3 different variations. Like for example, you can also put a smoke on tower like this, for an example, and teleport on the box, not on the tower. No one is gonna, you know, if enemies are spamming from B-main, no one is gonna do this. Players are gonna do this. You can just wait for enemies on tower, and maybe on timing try to fuck them up. Especially if you have the shotguns, you can get a free kill.
Cover going out.
This teleport was mega dangerous, man. Because, you know, teleporting directly into this smoke, you might get full-on spammed by the enemies that are going onto the tower. And it is so predictable. You know, it's predictable that now you teleported into this smoke. But it is unpredictable when you teleport on top of the box, when you teleport behind the box, and when you give this type of a smoke to the enemy team. You deserve to die. Solo impact, 0. Also, I don't see a reason why in this round you would play aggressively. Relax. No need to aggress anything. We're playing a full buy round with three teammates on the bomb site. We can easily win this round with basic positioning. I mean, you know, abusing off angle, tight angles and stuff like that, and abusing refrag potential and our utility. This type of a play you should only do when you cannot defend the bomb site no matter what. Enemies have some heavy artillery in terms of utility, and they can just bombard you on the bomb site. Or like you're playing some eco halberd round and you just wanna try to go for some kind of a play to deny the space from the enemies and potentially get a few picks. Yeah, Baxter, see you tomorrow. Baxter, we'll see you.
On me.
That was the ultimate. Okay, in this round, playing on the A side, good idea, obviously. And even though we're playing... okay, we have full buy. But listen, you know, this is also a good moment of time to pull out the big guns. The big guns and get the operator. Why not? You know, enemy's executes were kinda shit. Sova is not even using his drone or recon dart ever. I don't know if you saw the recon dart and Sova drone in any round. Enemies are just swinging, aiming area of the map like monkeys. Get the operator, get the heavy shield, get the shorty with utility, and let's just hold this angle, get one free pick, TP out. Do the one-way smoke. Enemies are maybe using a drone, destroy the drone, re-pick the enemies, take another kill. Then we can actually smoke off the enemies, maybe get on upper onto this position, try to kill the enemies there, reposition again.
Around all day talking about killing them.
Don't stand in this line of sight you will get spammed again. Don't start the round by instantly pre-placing your smoke. Wait a bit, get some info, get some contact, try to maybe get a kill, maybe some damage onto the enemies, and then use the smoke.
Cover going out.
You see? Like, we just wasted a smoke and enemies are going B. For what? You should be rotating here, like, you know, the only info that we have about the enemies is that enemies are just doing executes together as 5 and pushing together. As long as the enemies are playing like that, and Sage was the only one that was lurking. In this, we saw the Sage as soon as the round started. Go. Give your teammates a side smoke. Rotate. Support the Reyna. And based on what's happening on the B side, we can decide, should we, you know, go here, or should we take more mid control and try to backstab the enemies and finish this round? You're just wasting your time right now. And the worst thing you can do in Valorant on any map is playing like this. Like, you give all of this space in the aim and area of the map for nothing. Information is everything. Literally everything. Like here, for example. Like, if you just started like this, you would have known that no one is in the aim in. Now, because you started like this, I have absolutely no idea. I have absolutely no idea if enemies walked up here. They probably didn't. You know, there's probably the whole enemy team on the B side right now, and they're maybe rotating now back towards mid and A. But don't deny yourself and your team the info. Yo, Breaker, welcome you, man. CHARLATAN, you're the best. Not the best, but you know, we are good. Listen. Play on the information that you have, and don't make up the information based on nothing. You know, don't be schizophrenic in Valorant. We have the info that enemies push together as 5. In some rounds, Sage likes to lurk and flank. We see the Sage and B-man, we see the Raze. Instant smoke for the site right here, covering covering up our teammates, and instant rotation. And maybe we can go for some kind of a flank and lurk like this to backstab the enemies if all of our teammates are alive here. This play right now is not bad. You know, what he is doing right now, like, is actually pretty good play. I'm not gonna lie. You're 2v4. You know, you playing with Tejo is not gonna change anything. We need to try to surprise the enemies based on timing. Going behind them right now is totally fine. But once again, you should have given your Tejo the smoke for the bomb site right here, so that Tejo can potentially get some kills, survive, maybe outmaneuver the enemies through the smoke. I don't know. But this smoke does nothing if Tejo is defending the bomb site against 4 enemies. Trigger discipline non-existent. Never mind. Reyna said like, nah, it's GG, you know.
Spike down B. 1 enemy remaining.
Listen. What are these smokes that you're using? Relax a bit with the smokes, man. Like, relax a bit with the smokes. You just killed enemy Sova. I'm not gonna comment how we killed him. Like, we're gonna find some good aim training for you. Like, you're just spraying a lot, and like, you have a lot of random shots. Like, my dude, you know, you're shooting like you don't give a fuck, you know, like, you're just like this. How he shoots with a classic pistol, like with a Phantom full-on spray mode. I mean, it's okay, whatever. But here, we killed the enemy Reyna and Sova. Artejo killed the Clove. Enemies know that you're in this area of the map, and plus we have the spike. All we have to do right now is just wait for the enemies to pick up this spike. And wait for the Clove ultimate to go down. If you already wanted to do some kind of a smoke here, smoke off the Tejo. Because you are safe. You know, right now you can literally just play here, wait to see what's gonna happen, maybe keep your location a secret, and rotate back towards the Tejo, so the enemies have no idea what the fuck you're doing. Or, even better, let's teleport into the window. It's a free run for you. Like, whenever you're taking fights with the enemies, with Omen, with Omen specifically, but with other agents as well, you always want to try making the enemies guess consistently. You know, from which area of the map you're engaging them, are you gonna peek them, when you're gonna peek them. Like, you never want to stay in the same position where you just finished 2 gunfights. Instantly move somewhere. Silently, of course, like, you know, like, we're not gonna do some bullshit like this. But, you know, we can maybe teleport from this position all the way into the window. We make a minimal amount of noise that the enemies on the site are not gonna hear. Now you are in the control of that fight.
Down B. 1 enemy remaining. Last
I really wonder how Tejo won these fights on the site. Playing on Ace in this round, okay, not bad, good. Like, rule of 3 executes. It's okay, it's fine. Way too passive start. We're doing the smokes based on no information. You don't play like this on any map in Valorant. Any map, like, literally. If you're defending the bomb set alone.
Who's traveling?
And also, you know, now that your Jet got a kill onto Reyna, if you had the info, if some enemies are in the Omen area of the map, you can just instantly rotate and help your Jet and Reyna. Instantly. Why not? Let's take the full mid control, let's fuck up all of the enemies on mid. And with the numbers advantage, we can easily retake both A set and B set, especially with the Tejo's ultimate. But now you cannot leave this position immediately, because I have no idea what's behind this smoke. And also, listen, you need to be a bit better with your positioning and repositioning. You're holding this type of one and done angle against the Raze that has the ultimate and against the Sova drone. How do you expect to kill the enemies right now? No, how do you expect to survive? Like, that's a better question. Maybe you get a kill, but you'll be dead 100%. Okay, you're left alone on the A site. Get onto some better position, you know, some safer position. Like, we have a 5v4 numbers advantage. We have no idea what's happening behind that smoke. And are the enemies getting ready for some execute? Hold some angle like this. Get up here for an example. And we can, you know, we can actually do something. We can maybe try to get a kill. Raze is flying with the ultimate. Once again, we can go for some kind of an outplay. Kill the Raze. Reset again onto the tower. Goodbye, enemies. Play 5v3, 5v2 retake. There's not a single agent in Valorant with whom you should position like this. Except maybe Chamber with a teleport. Now we should definitely move, like, I mean, we saw the Raze on B, like, we killed 2 enemies on mid, like, knife out, rotate, yeah. This ultimate that you're doing right now is just an absolute waste. You're 4v3. Your teammates are not even on the bomb site. fighting the enemies. And if you already wanted to ult somewhere in this round, the best idea is to go towards the Tejo in CT, so that we can play a 2-2 setup, and, you know, our whole team is fighting on a refrag potential. Whole team. Why are we using the ultimate on a position where we already know that enemies are there? They're just gonna destroy your shadow. You're just gonna waste your ultimate for the information that you already have. Yes, enemies are going B. Like, when you're using your ultimate, like, you mostly want to use it to, on a defender side, to either reconnect with your teammates and to rotate a bit faster in safe positions, or to reveal the enemies when you have no idea what they're doing, but, you know, the round is about to end. You know, for an example, like, there's only like 30 seconds left. We have absolutely no idea if enemies are B main, A main, or mid. Use your ultimate in some main area of the map to pressure the enemies, get the information, reveal them, and potentially fuck up their plan and make them rush out a bit that execute or that plan that they had.
One enemy remaining.
I swear to God, like, these enemies are just death. Straight up.
5 dead.
Let's go.
This cannot be your starting position. Once again. It just can't. And listen, like, whenever you see that your teammates are aggressively pushing the enemies on mid, or fighting for mid, give them this smoke. Like, you see that one of your teammates want to do this, or God forbid that they are just running it down, give them that smoke. At least cover the stairs. So they need to worry about this angle and the enemies in the elbow.
Locating targets. Cover going out.
Okay, listen. Whenever like enemies didn't cross this line, always use a one-way smoke. Always. If enemies cross this line, do a regular smoke. No matter how dumb is the play that your teammates want to do, support that play. You have a paranoia, you have 2 shrouded steps of smoke, go with the Tejo. Yes, this push is mega risky, not that smart of an idea, but we need to go.
Munition.
Spike down, attack.
The guy
Live munition.
almost killed himself.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
One is on your connector, what the flip?
Okay. Listen, when you're destroying these doors, you know, in the events, like the only time when you want to destroy these doors up close is when you want to surprise the enemies and peek them like on timing. Otherwise, like, you know, always destroy the doors like from this position and then, you know, clear the angles one at a time as you're taking space. You know, what you could have done here is just wait for a killjoy to get a contact with the enemies, destroy the doors, and instantly take that fight with a killjoy.
One enemy remaining.
In a 3v1, you don't give a shit where is the remaining enemy. You don't give a crap about the spike, where he's gonna plant the spike. The only thing that matters for you, to you, is that you play together with his teammates. And that we close out this round in the painless way possible. Play either with Killjoy or Tejo, whoever has the highest chance of dying. And that's it. Just simplify these rounds as much as you can. Because if you die in a fight like that, spectating your gold, platinum, diamond, silver teammates losing a 1v2 round, you're gonna lose your hairline very, very fast.
Placing sentry. Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade. Alarm bot out.
Vamos.
Listen, if you already want to start this passively, like a 10 times better idea for you is to start top mid and just do a gamble and protect the mid area of the map.
Shadows traveling.
But once again, like, this positioning makes absolutely no sense because the Raze has the ultimate and she can literally delete us on this one and done angle.
Fire in this hole!
Never mind. Low elos, am I right? Yeah. but you know what's the problem of this type of a gameplay? This is the exact reason why players get hardstuck in Valorant. Like, you just don't have a very good distinction between a good play and a bad play. Like, sometimes you'll have the games where, you know, all of these bad plays are working for you, but statistically, these bad plays will be fucking you up in the ass 24/7 as you're playing Valorant. Like, a good play is always a good play. A bad play is always a bad play, even if it works, it's a fucking bad play.
Swarm grenade out.
Cover going out.
No, I don't really understand. I don't really understand where are you going. Like, enemies try to do the push onto the A site. There can still be some enemies in the A main. Your Reyna and Jett clear the whole B main area of the map and did a flank, and you're taking the ropes. Focus a bit more. Playing with your most aggressive teammates that have the highest chance of dying. Right now, you should be playing with the Tejo. Like, getting ready to peek out of this smoke and to support him. Also playing with this Jett and Reyna as well, like.
One enemy remaining.
Also, listen, when it comes to using paranoia, always look at the paranoia in a 4-dimensional way. You don't need to only use it for the retakes, for the executes to engage the enemies. Like, use it to support your teammates as well. Like, if the enemy Reyna is already here, and 2 of your teammates are fighting that Reyna, drop that paranoia onto that Reyna, she is dead. She is gone. And drop down and start, you know, engaging that Reyna as soon as possible if she miraculously get a kill and Orban resets. Your team play, your ranked team play is literally 0. Literally 0. Like, there was almost not a you played 9 rounds. In 9 rounds, we didn't have a single play that includes our allies. Where we support them, where we play with them, around them, with them, refrag them, etc, etc. You need to orient your gameplay a bit more towards your teammates. Like, we could have won 9 of these rounds if we just started in a proper way. We had a good initial positioning, good repositioning, good smoke setups, and just a better team play, and that's it.
I got money. Need something? I got money. Need something? Drop.
Thank you.
We survive.
Please.
Shadows traveling. Locating targets. Shadows traveling.
Listen, like, in the middle area of the map, like, if you wanna... By the way, like, this smoke for the window is fine. But usually, like, if you have one teammate that is doing this, a much better idea is just to hold the window for them and just fight. But whatever, you can also do a smoke, like, it's okay. If you already want to support your teammates with some kind of a smoke on mid, you should either... Oh yeah, you didn't see shit, like, okay, so this is how the round started. Like, he was doing a smoke in the window
Locating targets.
when the jet was peeking, that's good. Now the enemies are pushing mid. So, in the mid area of the map, like, you should either do this smoke to support your teammates, or this smoke right here. This smoke does practically nothing.
Shadows traveling.
Enemy spotted me.
You will not kill my allies.
Now the reason why this smoke does nothing is because enemies can still go through this area of the map and kill your teammates on mid. Enemies can still peek through this smoke like this and get into this position and kill your teammates top mid and in the B link. You don't want to do it.
Adios.
One enemy remaining.
Good teleport, good paranoia, good play here at the end.
My ult ready.
Good. Good adaptation.
Placing sentry.
I swear to God, I didn't rig the giveaway. Yeah, but by the way, chat, like, we had a giveaway on our Discord server, and for maybe like, I think like this is like 6th or 7th or 8th time that Lucifer is winning winning a giveaway, bro, for coaching. Crazy stuff. Okay, listen. The initial positions that you're choosing to start the rounds are just way too passive. Zero information. Zero chances of potentially dealing some damage or getting some early pick. Zero info for you to actually position properly as well. I mean, if you already wanna position this passively, like, take some kind of an off angle like this. You know, take this position as your starting position. Get, you know, go for one bullet, burst fire here, reset yourself, and prepare for the execute. This cannot be the first position that you play on the A set of Abyss.
Placing swarm grenade.
In the first fight that you take.
Placing swarm grenade.
Cover going out.
Alarm bot out.
Shadows traveling.
Once again, this smoke is shit. Like, you know, if you already want to support your teammates on B side, once again, do this smoke. And you can maybe combine it with this smoke occasionally, but most of the times your teammates are not gonna need this type of a smoke, and this smoke doesn't do anything if enemies are there. Or you can just do the, you know, the smoke that you've been doing, like on the bridge.
Spike down B.
My turn.
Now listen, in low elo, especially, going for double flanks and double lurks is a really good strategy when you're not gonna lose the timing to play with your teammates and to support them. You know, here, like, your Reyna got a kill on the Clove. Your Tejo right now is getting in a fight with a Sova. Enemy still didn't take the bomb site control and the space control, and this flank takes like 5 seconds. Like, playing with the Jet here is a really good idea, because you can just bait your Jet, let her go first, keep your location a secret, walk a bit. Even if the enemy kills the Jet for nothing, you can get like 1, 2, 3 kills, close out the round, and that's it. Like, there's no way that enemies are gonna expect like 2 players doing this play.
Spike down B.
My turn.
One enemy remaining.
Isn't Reyna here? Ah, Reyna is unknown. Okay, listen, man. Like, if we clear the whole beam and area of the map and the site, it is time to look at your ass. Like, that Reyna is definitely behind us. Very good. But once again, like, you know, when you end up 3v1, 2v1, like, map control doesn't matter. Information doesn't matter. Like, the only thing that matters is that we isolate the angles together with the remaining teammates in a way where we can consistently play a refray game. Like, right now, you should just play with the Tejo, play with the Jet. You can maybe hold the tower, Jet holds the back, Tejo holds the site, and we, all three of you guys can just play a perfect refray game, and that's it. And also, you know, playing on this position right now is terrible. Like, you're exposed from two different angles from which this Reyna can surprise you on timing and kill you. Why do you do that to yourself? Why? Well, just, you know, just like, get on a site, play with the Tejo, play with the Jet, and that's it, you know, like, we can just isolate one angle or two angles maximum, where we don't need to, you know, do some crazy flicks or die based on timing and luck. If you already wanted to hold some kind of a position here, like you wanted to hold a flank, like this spot is shit. You're fully overexposed in a one and done angle. You're purely relying on your mechanical skill to win this type of a fight. You want to hold the flank, you want to hold the lurk, get in this position, align both of these angles and both of these choke points into one. We get the info about the Reyna here, and now we can decide how we want to fight, when we want to fight, and with which utility you want to fight as well. And you are in control of that fight.
Where you going?
Okay, the guy's AFK. Finally, something different. But you know, what's the problem of that developed after the round number 5? Like when you notice that enemies have certain tendencies to do something more on the attacker side, just gamble on the enemy's tendencies. Like in this match, after the round number 5, enemies were mainly focused on mid and B. You know, they went A only one time in the last, like, 6 rounds. So, from the round number 5, like, you could have started gambling more towards the mid and B side, keeping primarily the mid control and playing fast rotations. Especially on maps such as Abyss, like, if all of your teammates are playing passively, and you have no idea where the enemies are gonna go, start mid, keep the mid control, and just do fast rotations. Like, you'll be everywhere at every moment of time.
Drone going out. Drone is
Now listen, when you're holding this angle with the operator, you cannot hold it this wide. Like, basically, you really need to force yourself to hold it like this. Like, this is the maximum width that is allowed. If you hold it this wide, like, you're way too overexposed, and if 2 or 3 enemies peek you from this position, bench, at the back of the bench, you'll get a kill, but you'll probably die trying to reposition.
down.
If they peek you together. If.
It is ready.
Now listen, like, you've done your part, you know? Like, you already got a kill from this angle. Enemies know that you're on this position. Reposition. We're 3v2. We don't need to hold this angle anymore. It's fine. We don't need to risk it. You know? Like right now, what you can do, you can maybe get onto this angle. Right here. Try to get a kill there. Smoke over the choke point. And now you're 3v1. You can play safe and close out this round with the rest of the team. Because in the higher lobbies, like, you will instantly get pre-fired here and just deleted out of the game.
One enemy remaining. Spike down mid.
Enemy spotted mid.
This is also a great time to use the ultimate as well. You know? Instead of running towards the jet, let's use the ultimate in the B-link, instantly connect with the jet, and instantly take this fight against the enemy club. It's the last round anyways.
Spike spotted mid.
My guy, I didn't see this at the start. He stacked up himself with the weapons.
Lose it anyway.
Let me just tell you something. Like, okay, this is a very good habit and very good mindset. Yes, when you're playing the last round, you always wanna buy every weapon that can give you some kind of a kill. But you need to be very, like, mindful where you drop these weapons and for what purpose. Like, for example, you wanna play operator in the aim area of the map and hold this angle. Drop a judge here so that once we get a kill, we can pick up that judge and potentially just delete the enemies as they're running us down through the smoke. And then, you know, you can also drop a Phantom or Vandal on top of the site here. So once you finish, you know, killing the enemies with the judge, you can instantly teleport, get a Phantom, and be ready for this. Like, you know, why would you make a pile of Odin and Phantom here when we can use, like, all three of these weapons on the bomb site to get 3 different type of kills?
One.
My guy is shopping mid-game, huh?
Spike spotted mid.
Respect.
Last player standing.
But a huge mistake here was like you not using the ultimate to reconnect with your jet as soon as you got the info that enemy club is bottom mid and the spike is dropped here. For what other purpose you're gonna use this ultimate? Now, if you don't use Paranoia to kill this club, I think it's time to play maybe Phoenix, Jet, or someone like that. He's on the right side! Flash her! Okay. Okay. That one is on you. You know, these type of rounds you cannot lose, man. Like, when you have so many abilities, brother. Like, basically, losing this type of a fight with Omen is identical to you losing the fight with a jet if you don't use a dash ability. The guy is here. Paranoia, TP, get a free kill, finish the round. You're 2v1. You know where is the last enemy. Instant teleport, like connect with a jet, and whatever jet does, we just want to make sure that we are there. We want to make sure that we're ready to refrag that jet, no matter what type of fight she picks. Like, but the main problem in your gameplay is that you need to base your gameplay more based on what your teammates want to do rather than what you want to do. Like, yes, you should have some kind of an initial plan for yourself. But if that plan is not in sync with your allies, you're forced to support them. You're forced to play with them, to take fights with them, to use Paranoia to flash the enemies, so, you know, like, refrag them. Like, you're playing way too much of a, you know, solo game, instead of adapting to your teammates. And of course, like, you know, utility users can be like 3 times better and more mindful. Okay, that would be defender's side. Now let's see what our friend is doing on the attack. Let me just reset the lobby. How many kills he had on the half? 12. Chat, you lost the points. Oh, actually, like, 72% of you believed. What the hell? Okay, next prediction. Do they win the first round? Let me take a quick piss and then we continue. Moment. Skip it up. It's 5v4, they'll win. But maybe they come back. Do you do Whaley VODs? I can find one. As I already said, man, like, I do the VOD reviews based on what you guys submit. Like, I'm not the one controlling, you know, what people submit for the free VOD reviews and live VOD reviews. I will gladly do a Whaley VOD review. Gladly. I've done so many, like, so many Omen and Jet VOD reviews, I'm gonna lose my mind. Bro, I'm hungry, man. What to eat? Yep. I know what to eat. Okay. Now. Attacker side of Abyss. Default site number 1 priority B site, number 2 priority A site, number 3 priority mid area of the map. Now, in the first 4 to 6 rounds, you need to persuade your teammates to play together as 5 and do the 5-man executes. We want to touch the mid area of the map in a non-sexual way. Once we see how our 5-man executes are gonna work. Like, usually the easiest way for you to win the games on the attacker side in low elo lobbies is by just by doing a proper 5-man executes. Like, most of the times, like, players have terrible solutions for 5-man executes, and most of the times, like, if you just do the proper smoke setup, teleport, and paranoia, you can just take a space control for free. Now, mid area of the map, you touch, like, a, you know, as a secondary option, like if the executes are not working. Now, when it comes to the team comps, because enemies have a Sage, a much better idea in this match is to do a 5-man push onto the B side. Because on A side, like, you know, Sage can delay us in this choke point quite a lot with a wall and utility. So we need to pick up the spike and tell our teammates, hey guys, let's go B. You know? How you convince your teammates? By picking up the spike and telling them, hey guys, let's go B. Killjoy, mid is not B. Can you please play B with us? Only the first round. In the first round, in low elo, you should always do a 5-man push somewhere. Like, literally always. Like, you will have 10 times higher chances of winning this type of rounds if you do that. Always. If you're playing below Ascendant 1, no second guesses. And pick up the spike. Pick up the spike. Of course, like, you know, you're not gonna send the spike onto the site as you wanna teleport. You're gonna drop it behind your teammates. But it's important that, you know, you mentally navigate your teammates with the spike a bit. Where can I watch your Radiant VOD reviews? My second YouTube channel. Just a second. YouTube 2. There you go. Is the mouse making... No, he's making a noise on Discord, like...
Millennia of radiant history stolen from the world and crammed into this cave.
So, you know,
See the wrong in this.
in this match, especially because we are 5v4 in the first round, hey guys, let's do a 5-man push onto B site. Enemy Sage is probably playing A. Enemies are, you know, 1 man down. Let's abuse that numbers advantage. In the first round with Omen, right here, because we already have a numbers advantage, I would just go for a default setup. You know, smoke tower, smoke link, and just, you know, go. Your main job, most of the times, is just to teleport inside of this corner, engage the enemies at the backside, clear the backside, and fight the enemies together with your teammates. Now, if you didn't have an advantage immediately, I would always advise you to go for a semi-aggressive play in the first round. Because in this elo, if you rely on your teammates to make some kind of a space for you, to go in and take space, God help you. So, most of the times in this elo, I would advise you to do this smoke, and teleport down below right here. And from this position, we can engage the enemies at the backside. We can go for a second outplay based on information that we get about the enemies, and we can apply enormous amount of pressure. Anyways, this smoke acts as a temporary smoke for tower. You know, like your teammates cannot get killed from the tower anyways. Listen, like, if your teammates are not listening to you in the first round, just adapt to them. Like, 2 of my teammates with a spike are going mid. Ghost, 2 smokes, 1 shrouded step. I'm playing with my teammates on mid. We need to smoke this position and just be ready to take the fights with them. Like right now, going B with Tejo and Reyna means absolutely nothing if 2 of our teammates can die on mid with a spike. In a fight like this, for an example.
Cover going out.
Go, Power Rangers!
No, bro.
Restrain yourself from doing the aggressive plays when you already have a numbers advantage. Brother, 5v3 numbers advantage is a huge advantage. Like, all you have, like, when you have this type of an advantage, like, you should only use your utility for some aggressive plays if you have to do that. Like, basically, enemies force you to do that based on their utility usage, or you see some really good opportunity to go for some kind of an outplay and just, you know, get the enemies out of the server. Otherwise, you know, all you need to do here, scale up with Jet. We need to do this smoke so we can get onto the B-Link, kill the Tejo, kill the last remaining enemy on the B site, and that's it.
Reloading.
This play here is mega giga unnecessary and risky as well. Tejo is gonna die alone, Reyna died already, Jet can die in a 1v1 fight. Why are we giving to the enemies the 1v1 gunfights? And you can also die in a 1v1 fight. Good peek through the smoke. Just you know, the timing was off. Like you lost the timing for like literally 1 second. But once again, like extremely unnecessary play. Sorry, chat. I'm just trying to see what am I gonna eat. Okay. Like, the biggest problem in your gameplay, like in these 13 rounds, is just you need to base your playstyle more based on numbers, economy, and what your teammates want to do, instead of tunnel visioning yourself consistently on your plays and trying to fight alone 24/7. Like, this is a team play game. At the end of the day, you cannot kill all of the enemies alone unless you're smurfing. So relax a bit, you know. Listen, in these eco rounds, you should try to buy something. You know, maybe just get a bandit. Maybe you can go for some headshots and win the round. Get a short T, 2 smokes, 1 shrouded step, go for some aggressive outplay. Get 2 smokes, 2 shrouded steps with a classic pistol, try to make some space. If you already have extra credits, try to do something, you know? Especially because in this rank, for some reason, I mean, it's not only low elo, it's just the whole Valorant community. A lot of times, like, players in the second round don't buy anything. Like, they literally play the second round with the pistols. You get a bandit, you're on the same footing as they are.
I dropped the spike.
Here, for example, if your two teammates want to go mid with them. You know, like, you can maybe just force up the Marshal, smoke the right side of mid, and let's try to see if we can maybe pick some, you know, some fights, like, and kill some enemies on mid.
I got the spike.
Listen, you should never prepare your smokes when there's a chance for you or your teammates to fight the enemies. You do the smokes once we clear the A-main and B-main areas of the map and we are ready to go out. Here we should be clearing, you know, like, this position, being ready for some kind of an aggressive peek from the enemies. I mean, I have no idea what enemies are gonna do. Once we clear this area of the map, jumps for the enemies, and then we can actually go for, you know, some kind of a small setup.
Cover going out.
Enemy spotted mid.
Always expect that Sage players are gonna play on top of the wall, around the wall. They're gonna play like they're gonna leave the gaps inside of the wall. They're gonna create weird setups. I love that you're aware.
Drone going out. One suppressed.
Placing swarm grenade. Feeling set.
Now listen, you know, as I already mentioned, like, I love that in these eco rounds, you're playing more aggressively, but you need to support that aggression with better smoke setups and more mindful smoke setups and utility usage. Like, you know, in this round, you want to go into the enemy's face. You want to try to create the pressure and take the space for your team. Sure, fine. You know, why not? Just then get 2 smokes, 1 shot a step, clear the main area of the map, jumps for the enemies. Okay, let's give a default smoke for our teammates. And then let's maybe do this type of a smoke in the middle of the site. TP into the smoke, apply the pressure onto the enemies, and let's try to do something with it. But just straight up teleporting into site, by being fully exposed from tower, left side, right side, back side.
Drone going out.
Too much, you know. I do tell the players that I coach that you should play in these eco rounds like a kamikaze. But, you know, you don't want to die for nothing. Usually kamikazes, you know, they get 1 kill at least before they die.
One suppressed.
Placing swarm grenade. Feeling set.
Spirit down.
Spike down A. 1 enemy remaining.
Once again, man, like, why are you playing alone so many times when you have numbers advantage? Enemy raise, made a footstep in the city. You are 3 versus 1. Spike is not planted. As a matter of fact, you should be baiting the shit out of your Tejo to take the first contact so that you can easily refrag him and close out the round yourself. In these like low elo lobbies, you need to be a round closer, and you need to learn how to clutch up the rounds. Like, you need to be in control of your own fate. Because if you die like this, I'm 90% positive that your teammates can easily lose this 1 versus 2 round. I mean 2 versus 1.
Down. Player.
Once again, if you were just alive, focusing on basic, proper ranked team play, you would have won this round as well. You single-handedly lost 3 rounds in a row. The last round on the defender side, Paranoia, Shrouded Steps, you know where is the Clove? Kill her. First round on the attack, just play with the Jet, fight the Tejo together. Why are we separating 4 different 1v1 fights in a 5v4 round? This round as well, 3 versus 1 with the Bulldog. Just plant the spike and play from the main. Or let the Tejo get the first contact with Raze, and you just be there to refrag him. You know, like, basically, you can just stand here. Tejo is behind you. Tejo peeks, he fights. You're ready to do this. The round is over. Okay, going B in this round is okay idea, because we know that enemy stage is playing A, so yeah, sure, fine. Just whenever you're starting, you know, in the B main area of the map, you should always hold for a potential enemy early peek. Basically, you need to hold this angle for the first like 2 to 3 seconds, and then scale out with your teammates and go for some kind of an execute. And when you're executing B site against the enemies that are bonus, eco, halbay, whatever, generally, you know, you should use a default setup, and we can teleport into the site together with our Jet, or into this corner, and then from this position we can use Paranoia to engage the enemies and to take additional space.
Shadows traveling. Shadows traveling.
Listen, you don't want to do this smoke setup when you're playing full buy rounds. Like, this smoke setup is shit in the full buy rounds. Some kind of a smoke setup like this is, you know, not bad if you're playing eco and half buy rounds. Like, you wanna go for some kind of an outplay, you know, like try to fuck up the enemies around these two smokes and basically outmaneuver them. Okay, you know, you're still supporting your teammates, letting them move in and all of that stuff. And we're avoiding the long range duels and medium range. But in a full buy round, this is really bad.
Traveling. Shadows traveling.
Enemy spotted B.
Also, you know, it's good that you picked up the spike, but as soon as you go for the you're going for the execute with Omen. Drop the spike to your teammates and then scale up with your most aggressive teammates.
Reloading.
Whenever you're executing B set of Abyss, your main focus should always be taking the left side. Clearing these angles, this angle, and then you focus on the right side. Okay, we have this smoke setup right now. We're inside of the enemy smoke. What do? Paranoid the enemies on the left, scale out, clear this angle, and take the space for your team. Planting the spike is always your last priority on the attacker side. As long as you have time to plant the spike, wait a bit. It's okay. Finish all of the fights. Clear every single angle and position where the enemies might be at that moment of time. Like, the only time when it's okay for you to rush planting the spike is if you're in some kind of a disadvantage. Either numbers or economy. Here, we're 5v5 against bonus round enemies. There's like maybe one enemy behind this cover, right here. We know for a fact that there's like one or two enemies around this smoke in the CT. Take the fights first. We have a paranoia, two shrouded steps. Like, we can plant the spike at any moment of time. Anyways, like, most of the rounds, most of the post plans in low elo lobbies, you're not gonna win or lose because of a timer. Most of them you're gonna win or lose based on the fights that you pick or that your teammates pick during that post plant. Also, the position where we're planting the spike is horrendous. Like, like when you're planting the spike at the backside, you should always plant it like this. Right here, looking there. So the spike should end up in this position. And then, what we can do, you know, if you're playing passively, you can just do a one-way smoke here. And you fully navigate the enemies to play towards the left side. If they want to defuse the spike, they're just fucked, basically. Or, you plant the spike inside of this corner. Like, those are the, you know, two default positions where you plant the spike on the B set of Abyss. Optionally, sometimes it's okay to plant the spike here when you have no idea, you know, like when you're in some kind of a clutch, like, you know, like 1v1, 2v2, I don't know, like, and you want to maybe take a CT control, and you can still do some kind of an improvised one-way smoke for that spike plant.
Reloading.
Spike planted.
As I already mentioned, you know, like, instead of planting the spike, you should have been ready to take all of these fights. With a paranoia, clearing the backside, taking more space, and then we plant the spike. Or, listen. Tejo! Yo! Hermano! Drop the spike to that idiot. Plant the spike. You get ready to fight here. Maybe try to get behind these boxes, you know, so we can paranoid the enemies as they're going through the CT. Take some kills. Maybe we get onto this off angle, try to get a kill there, then paranoia, then kill the enemies. Like, prepare for the, you know, for these fights that your teammates are gonna take.
Reloading.
Now, once again here, it would be criminal that we die without using any utility. And I don't know why you're backing off from this fight. Like, you're finally paranoid. All of the enemies here. And you take a cover.
Reloading.
You literally flashed like 3 enemies right now. Take a fight. It's fine. It's okay. But also, in this 3v3, it would totally be fine now to just teleport here, play with the team, and that's it. But the problem is like the spike plant, you know, like planting the spike there can really fuck us up. Once again, you're consistently doing the aggressive plays when you don't have to do them. When you have numbers advantage, some kind of an advantage, some kind of a better win condition on which you can just close out this round. Spike is planted like 10-15 seconds ago, you know? You have 2 teammates in the B main area of the map. You can use them as a bait. Make some kind of a crossfire setup here. Why do you feel a pressure to go for this place now?
One enemy remaining.
Just a second, I forgot to close the prediction. Did they win the first round? No, right? No. Okay, how many kills at the end? How many kills at the end? Equal and above 22, 21. Listen, so whenever you have 3 or more teammates that are forcing full buying, you always full buy with them. Always. Always. Also, your team's economy is your economy. Your economy is your team's economy. So, ask for the drop from the Killjoy and Jet. If they don't want to drop you in the last 3 seconds of a preparation phase, then you buy for yourself. Also, when you ask for the drop, open your goddamn microphone. 90% of these players are tunnel visioned, autopiloting. They don't give a shit. Maybe they don't even know what is the sound for requesting the gun in this game. Jet, can you please buy me? Killjoy, can you buy me a weapon? Killjoy, can you buy me a weapon? Killjoy, can... Literally TikTok NPC until she drops you a weapon. But, you know, there's like 3 seconds left in a preparation phase. They don't want to drop you. You buy something for that round and something good. So, in this round, how much money we have? 3,350 credits. With all of the abilities. What do we buy? Vandal or Phantom with a light shield. That's it.
The backs will
Yeah, Vandal, yeah, utility and Vandal and light shield. How the hell are you playing with a ghost and light shield in a full buy round?
Buy for 11.
Whenever you have 2 or more teammates starting in the mid area of the map, you always want to play and support those teammates on any map in Valorant. The only time you should be going through the main areas of the map is if the spike is going there. Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. And if you really have some kind of a great giga brain idea to make a numbers advantage for your team and to take space. Right now, we don't have that idea. I have no fucking idea what enemies are doing on the defender side, to be honest. Like, I mean, we know that Sage is playing A and she's walling Omen, so we're just gonna get cucked there. And on the B side, they're playing super passively, like they're not even pushing us, so they're not even peeking the main area of the map, to be honest. So right now, play with the teammates, smoke this, and be ready to take the fights together with them. Moment of silence for all of the teammates that are gonna die in this round. Never mind, they're just better, bro.
My ultimate is ready.
Also, give your teammates some initial plans at the start of the round. Some kind of a direction, general direction. Guys, let's take mid, let's take A main, let's default, let's go B, let's split A, something. And just adapt based on what your teammates are doing in that round. Because if you play the rounds like this, with zero communication, zero info, zero idea of what we are doing, it's gonna be 10 times harder for you to like adapt yourself to your teammates. My plan was to take an orb and ult on a weapon, but I should have called it out. That's... On which weapon? On weapon of dead enemy? How do you know that your teammates are gonna win these fights and kill anyone? Yo bro, I'm an Immortal 3 player and I really like to play Gecko. What are your thoughts on Gecko? But generally speaking, like, I feel that Gecko is fine. You know? Like, I played Gecko like in 3 or 4 matches during the A to Z series. And I feel that he's really fun to play. Still pretty decent agent, good agent. The only problem for Gecko is that on some of the maps, like, he is really shit. Like, you can just get far more value with other initiators. But I would say that even in Radiant and Immortal 3, like, Gecko is fine, you know? As long as you have good utility usage, like, a bit more unpredictable, you can get huge value out of him. It's good. If you enjoy playing Gecko, why not, man? Like, have fun. And play what works for you. It's a video game at the end of the day.
My ultimate is ready.
I got the spike.
Spike down mid.
I have the spike.
Our brother Franz Wooz has some crazy strategies, bro. Like, absolutely crazy strategies. Yo, man, like, you really need to dive deep into that playbook on my Discord server, bro. Like, start with the general utility usage, you know, like, then move on to the plays and tactics on different maps, but crazy shit, man. And literally the biggest problem for you when it comes to your general playstyle and gameplay is, first of all, your utility setups don't make that much sense based on the round that you're playing, based on economy, and based on the numbers present in the game. Number 2, you need to play more on the contact of your teammates and play with them. Like, there was not a single, like, in 15 rounds, I don't remember a single round where you played on a refrag potential, where you had a chance to refrag your teammates or your teammates to refrag you. That is impossible. Like, I mean, it's impossible to rank up fast if you have such a solistic playstyle. A top tier Gecko is better than a decent Sora Fade. Yeah, like, I mean, like, it's the same. Brother, literally, team compositions in Valorant don't matter at all. Like, better team will win 99% of times. I would rather have 4 duelists and 1 controller, and all 5 of these players are comfortable on the agents that they're playing, than having a perfect team composition with idiots and with somebody that doesn't know, you know, what Fade Eye does.
Placing alarm bot.
Is that play valuable compared to some of the other uses of the ultimate? Yeah. You know, picking up the gun with the ultimate is totally valid play. But it is just stupid in this round. Because he had the money to buy. He had the money to... You know, he should have been supporting his Reyna and teammates on mid. Now using the ultimate when the Jet died. You know, he had the time to cancel, like, maybe, I don't know. Basically, you know, in this round, like, what he should have done is smoke top mid right here, enter the vents with the Reyna, and simply take the A tower control and fight with his teammates on mid. That's it.
I also the spike.
Placing alarm bot.
I began platinum today. W's in the chat for the floppa, man, huh? My guy is a grinder, man. Okay, not that type of grinder. Relax. I love it. It happens to me sometimes as well, but you don't need to jump from these elevated positions.
Cover going out.
It happens to me sometimes, like no one saw that.
Spike planted.
But even here, you know, like you know, a much better idea would be to play with Tejo, because enemies know about the Tejo, they don't know about the Killjoy, and he definitely has much higher chance of dying. Also, this smoke that you did here, this needs to be studied. I need to ask you, like, what is this smoke for? Like, your Tejo was here, fighting the enemies. Explain to me your thought process. What is this smoke for? If you already wanted to do some smoke to support the Tejo, do a smoke in Link. Do a smoke in City. So he can maybe sneak into the smoke and take a cover to isolate the duels. On defense, they're supposed to contest the ultimate orbs, mate and take space or sit more passive on site. Every single round on the attacker on a defender side, you should start by gathering some information in the main areas of the map. You don't need to necessarily contest the orbs and no matter what kill the enemies on the orbs. If there's like 4 or 5 enemies here. But your starting position cannot be something like this. What are some good agents for solo queue? Just a moment. Here you go, the video. Honestly, I don't even know anymore. Listen, if you don't know what is your smoke for, then don't use it. Just don't use it then. Like, use the smokes that you know what are, you know, what are they for. But again, there is one upside to this round. At least he connected with the Killjoy and played with the Killjoy. Maybe not in the best way possible, because right now my guy is literally holding the angle that Killjoy already has covered. You know, like, if you're playing some kind of a reflex setup like this, you always, with your body, with your crosshair, you need to be ready for a refrag. Right now you should be doing this. And as soon as the Killjoy takes a fight, we're ready to fight as well. But supporting that Tejo was mega important, man. Like, Tejo had so much higher chances of dying than your Killjoy.
One enemy remaining.
Cover going out.
Okay.
Keep it cool.
Good, Joey.
I think that's how you survive.
Thank you.
Here we go, mid. Can our teammates get a smoke for mid once?
This.
I got a spike.
Shadows traveling.
Listen, when you're doing this smoke on mid, like, you should always do it a bit more shallow. Like, you don't want to give the enemies, you know, angles where they can peek your teammates from that smoke. Bam. Do this, you know? So now the enemies cannot play on the ledge and maybe peek me on timing and kill me. For an example. Why? Don't tunnel vision, please, anymore. You just killed 2 enemies. We are 4 versus 3. We know that Sage is the A player. We know that there's one more enemy on B, and we don't know the location of the 3rd enemy. Just regroup your teammates towards B main or A main and do a 4-man execute. Where are you going, bro? My dude is collecting the clips for his YouTube video. You don't need to do this shit and die like you died in the first round. You have paranoia. 2 smokes soon, like 2 shrouded steps. You have teammates. Reyna can die alone. Tejo can die alone. Killjoy is doing slow rotation towards B. Like, the problem is, a lot of times in Valorant, you getting 1 or 2 frags like this is not potentially dying as well. Doesn't guarantee you winning this round at all. Now, Sage has a revive. This is probably gonna be 3v3. And only God can help us winning this round.
Go inside.
They lost it. They lost! How did they lose this, bro? The Sage must be this one.
Last player standing.
Also, listen. Whenever enemies are eco, halba or bonus on the defender side, just go do a 5-man push A or 5-man push B. Pick up the spike and tell your teammates, guys, let's go B. No Killjoy! Mid is not B. This is the B site. Persuade them somehow. I don't know, like, tell them you're gonna suck their cocks or something, bro. Like this is, and you know, if that strategy doesn't work, then you need to adapt to them.
Go inside.
Remaining.
Placing swarm.
1v1 ultimate with 2 nanoswarms and alarm bot on the spike.
Placing swarm grenade. Initiate.
And no contact as well. These are the type of teammates you're playing with. And you want to allow yourself to die like that in an anti-eco round with a numbers advantage. You want to watch this every round? You're crazy. The problem is, like, with your playstyle and your gameplay, you're literally learning nothing. You're just full-on spectator mode, farming some clips, trying to get some frags with the teleports, and you need more structure in your gameplay. Start with a playbook on my Discord server. Take down the notes of which place you want to definitely do, which place you want to avoid. Use that as a basic ground, and then slowly upgrade it over with time. She won the round at least, like. What are the comps at the start of the round?
Alright, I take back what I said about those bots. They're pretty good.
And so are you.
Interesting tactic. Nothing, huh? Okay. In that case, go mid, smoke mid, and fight mid.
Placing sentry.
Bless ya.
Mine sounded
Die.
Okay, this play now is good. This play now is good. Like, we're 3v4, we need to make some space, and we need to make some kind of a play. Very good, very good. But basically, like, in this type of a situation, like, you really need to get on top mid before one enemy gets there, and you end up in a crossfire from the B-link and top mid. And basically, you want to avoid these crossfire positions as much as you can during your gameplay. As much as you can. Like, basically, here you cannot spend more than, you know, a few seconds. Go! Go, go, Power Rangers. You know, how are you not afraid that enemy Sage might peek you right now and send you to Afterlife?
Alarm bot down.
We'll talk about your mechanical problems later, like. But that position was horrible. Horrendous, bro. Like, you know, like. Also, you know, what's very problematic in your gameplay? Like, there's so many rounds and so many situations where you just play some one and done angles. Like, you're consistently playing the angles where you either win a fight or you die. There's no backing off, there's no using utility, there's no outplaying the enemies, there's no dealing damage, there's no surprising the enemies. You just... either I take this fight and I win it, or I'm sent to the grave. And that is not how you want to play Valorant in ranked solo queue. Quite opposite.
Cover going out. Cover going out.
This smoke setup just doesn't exist. You...
Going out.
Listen, you can use Paranoia from the beam and area of the map only if the enemies smoke you off here or here. Then it's fine to pull it off and to just, you know, send it. But if you don't have any cover, you know, your main priority, if you already want to use this setup with a stinger to push the site, is teleporting into this corner, right here, using Paranoia for the backside and then running it down.
Cover going out.
You know what's funny thing, like, this ultimate is so shit, like, it could have been like 10 times better. Oh, yes, yeah. Chat, like, when you're doing the Tejos ultimate, you always want to use it from behind the enemies. Like, when you use the ultimate like this, enemies have so much time to just get the fuck away. You want to push the enemies towards you, not away. You know, if you wanted to make some kind of an aggressive play here with a stinger and take space for your team, just do this smoke setup, you know, like, do this, run it down, TP below this smoke. Enemies are mostly gonna think that you're above the smoke. And now we can outmaneuver the enemies, look at the minimap, see where your teammates get the contact with the enemies. We can maybe paranoid them, run them down, peek them, kill them. You cannot be going through this open area of the map with a paranoia in the hands. Okay, at least enemies wasted a lot of utility for this one. If 3 or more of your teammates are full buying and forcing, full buy and force with them. Yeah, in this round, you should get a Vandal, Phantom, Light Shield, Utility, and let's go.
As good as the
Also, playing Stinger like on the attacker side of Abyss is not really the best idea, unless you unless you see some kind of a huge kill potential. Like, you see that you can do some kind of an outplay to fuck up the enemies. Otherwise, you know, get a sheriff, get a bandit, get a bulldog, marshal if you're fighting on mid. Okay.
The hunt begins.
Once again, like, whenever you have 2 or more teammates on mid, even if you're not playing with them, you need to give them some kind of a mid smoke.
Enemy spotted B.
Enemy spotted B.
Enemy spotted mid.
Funny thing is that this match should have already been done. Like, literally done. In that situation, if there's no smoke, does the concept apply to Reyna Flash as well? Kinda. Like, you know, you only want to hold... You only want to hold the abilities in your hands when you're ready to deploy them. You don't want to run through the B main or A main area of the map with a flash in the hands. You pull out the flash when you're ready to use it. Angle clearing, 0 points. Jiggle, you know, prepare yourself a bit more with your body and crosshair placement and movement. Like, enemy Sova did a dart here. Maybe some enemy could have walked up and done this. I want to clear these angles. I need to clear them one at a time properly. Then, here, one enemy can hold this off angle. I mean, it's not an off angle, it's a very common angle. We need to clear it with a proper crosshair placement and jiggle peek, crouch peek, ready for that fight. You're gonna be driving around the angles like this.
One down.
Still in sight.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out.
You will not kill me.
Once again, like, you prioritize planting the spike too much over taking the space and fighting the enemies. Like, you pushed onto A site. We have no idea if enemies are backside. What are the enemies doing? Are they gonna drop down? Clear the backside first, take the CT space, maybe drop the spike to the Tejo. Like, planting the spike is such a useless job in Valorant. Literally. Like, you're doing nothing for 3-4 seconds while you're planting it. While your teammates can die, you can lose the spacing with them, and then you always put yourself in some kind of an unfavorable position.
You will not kill my ally.
Spike planted.
This TP, like, enemy Reyna literally did a flash from the tower. How can you teleport in this smoke? Like, I mean, I don't know how did you even survive this, to be honest. Like, how at least one enemy is not here. Like, there's 5 enemies alive, you have 0 information, and you want to teleport in this smoke. You cannot do that. Like, you can only teleport in your smokes, like, when you're like 99% certain that no one is there. Or you just deploy the smoke, and enemies didn't have the timing to get inside of it.
Enemy spotted.
Listen, once again, like, you're fully overexposed. Like, on this position, you cannot fight enemies on sight if enemies can also kill you from the vents and from the CT as well. Like, always try to limit yourself only on 1 or 2 angles that you see within your sight and on which you can easily react. Here, for example, clear the vents first to see if anyone is here. Ah, no one is here. Now I can hyper-focus myself mainly onto the CT. Ah, no one is here. Now I can actually focus myself on the site and surprising the enemies from tower.
Placing swarm grenade.
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about it later.
Shadows traveling.
Turret out.
I'm sorry, Chad, that I really don't like you know, during the VOD reviews speaking about gunfights and mechanical problems, because I literally have a training for everything. Like I have like 100 private routines, and it's just waste of time. For me at least.
For you, Germany.
Shadows traveling.
Turret out.
Cover going out.
Cutting their vision.
Stealing sight.
Ay, corazón.
Alarm out.
Cutting their
Listen, when you're exiting Beast of Abyss with Omen, like, you should mainly use your paranoia once you take some initial space from the enemies. So basically, you know, you do the smokes on tower, you do the smoke for the stairs, CT. Now, take some initial space with your teammates, and from this position, as you're using your teammates as a human shield, you can drop some kind of a paranoia like this, or paranoia like this, or scale up all the way into this corner, and then from this position, do the paranoias. Because paranoia is now, like, really short. Like, even if you do it like this, enemies can potentially dodge it. And it is kind of stupid, like, you know, doing this paranoia for your teammates in gold, relying on them to get these type of kills. They can easily die from the backside, from the tower peak, from some off angle, from this cubby position here. Scale up with them. We can use paranoia a bit later.
Stealing sight.
Like, I would much rather see you here fighting with your Reyna to kill that Sage, instead of you wasting your time, like, you know, holding paranoia for gold, Reyna, and Jet.
cutting their vision.
Stealing sight.
And also the paranoia was shit. Like, if you want to do a paranoia for the backside, you need to do it from this angle, like this. For the right side, sorry. But I haven't smoked. Do I put it out so they can't peek it? No, always put it like this.
Cover going out.
Always like this. Because then enemies, like, cannot drop down quickly and position on the side to play with the team. Like, when you put this smoke, enemies can potentially use it to just do this and just regroup with the teammates that are on the side and take the fights. Also, like, please change your video settings, man. Like, just copy paste this. You know, just copy paste this. You really don't need to, you know, you're not playing a single player game.
Spike planted.
Placing
One
smoke
suppressed.
Hey, listen, this timing to teleport into this corner was actually not bad because of the Techos drone, but I just don't understand, like, why do you force yourself so much to play aggressively? Like, there's a moment in time for everything in your gameplay. We have such a good post plant, we have the one-way smokes, there's 5 of us alive, like, they have nothing to play this retake. Why do you feel pressure to do something like this? And also, listen, in this position, if you have a Phantom, you really want to play with a Phantom. You don't want to rely on Shorty. Especially like if you have some kind of a reflex setup with your teammates, you want to get the Phantom. Because if this Tejo peeks the enemies deep like this, and enemies are here and here, like, what are you gonna do?
Don't push, guys.
Reina is actually right, to be honest. Don't push, guys. Oh, we lost this round.
Their life, not yours.
Madre mia. You need to value your life a bit more. That's another tip for you. You just need to value your life a bit more. Yes, when you die in a video game, you're not gonna die in real life. That's true. I've tried it multiple times, unfortunately. But you really, really need to value your life a bit more. Sorry, I just saw something. No, never mind. You know, let your teammates take the first contact. Be ready to refrag them. Like, we make a numbers advantage. Even if you didn't make a numbers advantage, we made it. Your job is done. We can simplify our gameplay a bit. You're just complicating stuff so much without any structure and you know, for any real reason. Eco rounds and halberd rounds, sure, like you can complicate them. You can complicate them until you make some huge numbers advantage and we actually get the weapons. Don't like just basic refrag game, basic positioning, and better ranked team play is what you truly lack. We'll fix it. I have listen. I'm gonna share with you like at least 3 private coaching videos that are gonna focus on all of these problems. You'll get a solution for everything. Don't worry. Don't you worry, baby.
Shadows traveling.
Only
Once again, like we should do the smoke on mid. Like if we have 2 teammates on mid, they're fighting on mid. We need to give them like this smoke right here.
you can kill people.
Cover going out.
Once again, your teammates are forcing and you're playing an eco round. That should be impossible. Heavy shield, light shield, vandal, all of the utility. Let's go. Same ultimate strategy. He said same ultimate strategy again in the chat.
Shadows traveling.
Only you can kill people.
Cover going out.
My guy is the Minister of Economy Management.
Reloading.
Sword, rotate.
I mean, it's a good plan, you know, like, you let your teammates die and you pick their weapons. Big brain, bro.
My ultimate is ready.
The problem is, like, it would have been better if we fought with our teammates and we make them live a life instead of dying, but... You know? My guy is just a pacifist. And once again, he picks a gun from the jet. Oh, thank you, God.
Enemy spotted mid.
Clove is running down your teammates. Your teammates are taking the fight with the Clove. We need to kill the Clove again. For 1 month, instead of focusing on what you wanna do, focus more on what the fuck your teammates are doing. And just focus more on the better ranked team play game that we were talking about during this VOD review. Like, that is something that you heavily lack. And that's really fucking us up. Let me order some food, just a second. What do we eat, chat, huh? What do we eat? 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 Some unhealthy stuff or dumplings. No, thank you. Let's eat shit and die. What? Burrito, brother. I eat burrito and I shitito 3 days in a row. Donor. Maybe. Maybe, baby. Sushi, brother. Sushi, huh? Brother, I cannot eat sushi at like 10 p.m., bro. Like, I'm gonna die. I'm never gonna go to sleep. Thai mango rice. Not bad, not bad. Good recomendazione. Not bad at all. Pizza. Nah, bro, like. Nah. Can't do that to myself now. I wanna eat some meat. Yeah, bro, like I would... You know, like what? Literally, bro, like right now, I could devour a French soup, man. I could devour a French soup. But a real Paris French soup, you know? Real shit. And some beef, man. Some steak. But there's nothing, bro. There's McDonald's, man. I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna do that, brother. A big mamito on your local dating app. Funny guy, huh? Funny. Yo, KFC, bro. Do I dare to eat KFC at 10 p.m.? That's like a challenge right now. I'm not gonna fall asleep until tomorrow. Eh? Okay, I know what to get. Okay. Let's see what happens to this round now.
Cover going out.
Seconds left.
For an example, you know, everything that you did right now is 10 times better than what you did the whole attacker's side. You know, this is the round where it was okay to use this shrouded steps to take more space a bit faster. That smoke on the tower was good. You know, if you have one smoke for beast set, you always want to use the smoke on tower. But this peek is horrible once again. Like, just you know, when you're peeking the enemies, you need to pre-aim them a bit more. Like, you're consistently, like, doing some slow peaks like this, and stopping at the wrong moment of time, where angle perception disadvantage can fuck you up. Like, you stop here, the enemy race there can see you and kill you. Then, a lot of times you just drive your crosshair around the angles. Pre-aim your crosshair on the most common angles and off angles where enemies can be at that moment of time. Like, you know, enemies can be there. Okay, let's do this. Jiggle in, jiggle out. Jiggle in, jiggle out. Jiggle in, jiggle out. Jiggle in, jiggle out. That's how you should be clearing these angles and engaging the enemies. Like, enemies know that, you know, you're now on the B side.
Last player standing. Spike down B.
What is this smoke for?
Match.
Okay. One pacifist round.
I need this.
One pacifist round.
Don't push.
I swear to God, like, this match should have been over 5 rounds ago. Like, literally, if you just had better team play and more mindful utility usage, it's over. It's not that you're a bad player, you're just complicating things for no reason. Like, you can easily get to Diamond and Ascendant in the next 3 to 4 months. Here, for example, like, your teammates are making the footsteps. They are announcing to the enemy team, "Hey guys, we're coming," you know, like your teammates are blasting, bro. And you're walking. Why are you walking? Like, whenever you want to push something slowly with your teammates, the first sound that we make, and when the enemies could have potentially heard that sound, just run. Just go. Right now, you should be doing the smoke for the tower, smoke for the CT. At this moment of time, you should be able to swing with your Reyna, take the fight with the Reyna, scale up, fight the enemy Reyna, kill the enemy Reyna,
Enemy spotted B.
get into this position, use Paranoia to kill the enemy Reyna, take space. But no, like at 124, we just finished using a second smoke.
Cutting their vision.
One suppressed.
Reloading.
Come on side, guys.
Paranoia is a thing. Paranoia is a thing.
Come on side, guys.
Listen, also, like, you know, one execute that is also fine with Omen on the B set of Abyss is like using, like, if you have this smoke, use this Paranoia and teleport here. Take more space, fuck up the enemies, scale up with your teammates, like. Accelerate, we'll see, man. Don't plant the spike here, please. Like, always plant it under the heaven or in this position here. Thank you.
Don't push, please.
Very good that you came back to the bomb site. Our Tejo is playing alone. We need to support the Tejo.
One enemy remaining.
Unnecessary utility usage. Brother, when you have such a huge numbers advantage, your only focus is just taking the fights with your teammates. You should only use utility if enemies can fuck you up somehow, or you see a very big opportunity to outplay the whole enemy team. But in a 4v2, just with your body, crosshair, mentally and physically, be ready to swing as soon as our Tejo takes a fight. Fuck the smokes, fuck the shrouded steps, fuck the paranoia, just fight. You use smoke, shroud steps, and paranoia to make a numbers advantage and to take space.
Oh my god.
And to clutch up the rounds.
Shift.
If your teammates are peeking like this, in the aiming area of the map, you should always play on top of the bench, like this, and peek together with them.
Fire in the hole!
You should have paranoid that raise, but okay, I mean, we can also escape. I love how we just forgot about the raise there, like.
Reloading.
Cover going out.
Also, one more strategy that you need to really try applying a bit more during your gameplay is when you exchange a few numbers with the enemies, you know, left and right. You make a numbers advantage on mid, or, you know, your teammates are scattered on the map and it's 3v3. Try to regroup your team towards some main area of the map, clear all of the possible flanking positions, and just do a regular, you know, 3-man, 4-man execute. There's no way that 4, 5, 3 enemies are going to be playing on the B side or A side.
Shadows traveling. Stay in sight.
Minus 120. Minus 120.
One enemy remaining.
You see, even though 2 enemies are here, we fight together, we win together. End of the story. Like you need to play more on the refrag, and that's it. Obviously, this was not good at all. Like, I'm not defending his mechanical skill and these fights that we have taken, but still.
One enemy remaining.
Also, listen, like, you should never, ever take space with the Omen by your feet. Like, you should always try to teleport into some safe position and apply, like, a bit more pressure onto the enemies. And unlock multiple angles for your teammates. Like, if you already know that no one is here, your teammates are going out, you do this paranoia. Teleport into this, you know, this position. Paranoia protected you here. We unlock this angle and this angle to pressure the enemies. That's it.
Minus 120.
Now, when it comes to overtimes, like, in overtimes, just use the information that you had from the regular part of the match. Like, that is the best thing you can do. So right now, on a defender side, we should mainly start. We need to start on mid, you know, because enemies were far more focused on mid and B, on the attacker's side, and we are forced in this round to start in the B link. Watch the mid, and be ready to do fast rotations towards the B side. And on top of that, I really don't think that we need Omen on the A side when we have the full Killjoy and Tejo setup on A. Once again, if you see that your teammates are aggressively pushing the enemies here, give them the smoke up there. And we kind of knew that in this round, enemies are either going to push mid or B. That's what they did throughout the, you know, 70% of attacker's side.
B, come on.
Shadows
Come on, fast.
Information is everything. Like, literally, like, you need to actively think and actively play in the game. There's a lot of trainings for this, but, you know, like, I gotta say something for my private coaching, bro. Like, you're gonna get something anyways. Like, after this VOD review.
cover going out.
Spike down B.
Good kill. One tap. Clean.
Spike planted.
You know what's funny? He has 34% headshot ratio with Vanilla and Phantom, and 24% overall. Now, once again, like, You know, you're not playing these common situations too good. Like 3v3 retake is a very common situation in Valorant. And in a 3v3 retake, like two teammates should always play together. So right now, I would maybe even leave this wall here intact so the enemies cannot scoot onto the stairs. Reconnect with the Killjoy. You play a replay game with the Killjoy. You also have a Paranoia to pressure the enemies at the backside. And we just let our Teho work from behind. The worst thing we can do in a 3v3 situation is isolate 3 different singular fights. We just fight 1v1 everywhere. And also, this jiggle pick and this info was amazing. Why would you peek alone right now? You have a flash, you have 2 teleports, like, take some space, clear some angles. We know for a fact that enemy Sage is on the right side. Let's use Paranoia, teleport in this corner, kill the enemy Sage, and now take a fight with a Clove. Okay, sorry, my bad. Sage was actually in the beam-in. Anyways, like, you would have taken more space, if nothing else, and get on a better position where we can actually take the fight with our Killjoy.
One enemy remaining.
Where the fuck is Reyna, bro? Same as on the defender side, like, in overtime, gamble on what worked the most on the attacker's side. And what worked the best were the 5-man executes. Let's not touch mid area of the map, please. Now, generally speaking, in this elo, the more you fight on mid and default, the more rounds you're gonna lose. And the more matches you're gonna lose. 5-man A, 5-man B, this game is over. It literally doesn't matter where we go in this round. Because anyways, the Sage is changing her position. You know, sometimes she's A, sometimes B.
Don't peek mid, Jet.
Give your team a smoke for mid, please. Holy shit. The Jet survived a top mid peak against 2 enemies and 1 enemies with op. My guy is literally in the Matrix. What armor, man? We win this game now. And I don't even need to see this round. I don't need to watch this round. I know we're gonna win it. What's the 5-man push B?
Shadows traveling.
Reloading. Placing sentry.
We are lagging now.
Cover going out. Blinding.
Do a deeper Paranoia. From this position, you can literally do a Paranoia. You know, for the whole right position of the B side. Okay, not really whole, but you catch most of it.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Yo, Reyna, brother, what the fuck is wrong with you? And the funny thing is, like, Reyna said to the Jet, don't fight mid alone. And Reyna goes, fight mid alone. Also, I love how we forgot about the Sage that was here like 3 seconds ago.
Healer down.
And once again, like, the main reason why you're dying so many times is because you always position yourself fully overexposed to many different angles, and you allow the enemies to control how they want to fight and when they want to fight. You cannot take fights like this. You're always searching with your body for some safe angle, safe position, where we can first get the info about the enemies, potentially get a kill, and then we decide how we want to fight. Like here. If I fight from this position, like you did, this guy can pick me however the fuck he wants, and whenever he wants, with any ability. Enemies through the smoke in here can fuck me at any moment of time, if my teammates are not holding this properly, and I don't know in gold and platinum if they're gonna do that. But, if I take this position, and I do this, or I do this, now I decide when I wanna swing, how I wanna swing, with what type of movement. I'm the one abusing the peeker's advantage as well. We also have a, you know, paranoia, shrouded steps, and smokes to create different setups and to take easier kills. Like, you're consistently putting yourself in a spot where you're fighting harder than you need to. This is a hard fight to win. Very hard fight to win alone. But playing like this, you know, like getting the info first. Okay, maybe we get a kill there already. Now, maybe on some kind of a timing or like we can use the smoke. We use the smoke for tower. Now when the enemies need to go out, that's a free kill for you. You don't need to take that fight alone. Aha, okay, I got the info that one guy is there, one is here. Let me go at the backside. And now, I can swing together with my teammates and get a 2v1, 3v1, 3v2, instead of consistently just playing the aimbots and practice range during my gameplay.
Enemy.
I knew it would all work out.
Okay, 23 kills at the end. Whoever said 23 and more, good job, brothers. Actually, 22 and more. Okay, Fruz, brother. Like, so. Let me just illustrate for you. So, attack points, defense points, general points. So, in general, you need to have a better ranked team play. Basically, your gameplay should be more focused on adapting to your teammates' bullshit plays. Like, basically, in 26 rounds, maybe there were like 3 or 4 rounds where you actually took a fight with your allies, where you supported your teammates, where you used them as a tool, as a refrag tool to make numbers advantage, as a tool to fight the enemies. Like, it's always better and smarter in Valorant to fight together rather than fighting alone. You complicate your plays way too much. Like, the only time you should complicate your plays, and where, like, you should be doing some random shit left and right, is when you're forced to do that. You're in some kind of a disadvantage. You need to make an outplay. You have economy disadvantage, numbers disadvantage. Sure, go for it. And you should do it. But you need to respect the numbers a lot more. Like, numbers advantage is nothing for you. It's just a noun. Like, you're 5v3, you still just want to fight alone. Why? When you can just simplify things, close out the round, and just move on to the next one. You need to have more mindful utility usage. Like, utility usage, like, was actually very bad overall. Like, and I would just recommend you that you dive deep into my ranked playbook on my Discord server. Like that, you know, if you replicate and copy paste everything from the playbook, and you use that as a basic ground, basic level, and you repeat those plays, you will improve your utility usage, like, in a matter of 3 months by 150%. 150%. And then, based on these plays, you will develop a bit better understanding of, you know, what is a good and what is a bad aggressive play. What is a good and what is a bad smoke or utility. Now on the defender side, like your starting positions are horrible and we are consistently losing information. Your starting positions just make no sense. You need to change them based on information that you have about the enemies and based on the side that you're playing. Once again, playbook, very good for you. Your rotations should be faster. Should be more based on info that you have. Like, you know, enemies are always doing 5-man executes. You see 4 enemies on the B side. Just go. Just send it, you know. Play with your teammates, that's it. You need to abuse a larger variety of weapons on defender's side. Like on defender's side, you're just very limited to just Phantom, to be honest, and nothing else. On defense, you should have a better, much better weapon versatility. Also, when it comes to the general points, like you need to pay attention. You need to pay more attention on the minimap and support your teammates better with your utility. Like your Jet is taking mid on Abyss. Give her a top mid smoke, man. She's overexposed from 3 different angles. Like she can die like a potato right here. We need to give her this smoke. Same as an attack as well. You have 2 or more teammates that want to fight here. Give them 1 smoke for at least one of these angles from which they can die. Don't let them fight on like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different angles. And if the enemies break the vents, that's like 6. Now, when it comes to... I mean, the attacker side is pretty much covered by these points as well. Like, you know, all of this is what you're lacking on an attacker side. But on attack, one thing that is specifically horrendous is like your main priority is never to plant the spike as soon as possible. Focus on taking space and finishing gunfights first. Like, it feels like when you have the spike, if you don't plant the spike, like, you're gonna die that round, brother. As long as you have like 4 seconds to plant the spike, more than enough to plant it. Finish the fights, clear all of the angles, that's it. You need to focus on better angle clearing and using the jump spot mechanic more. To be honest, like I never seen you use a jump spot ever during this VOD to get the information for how you want to fight. Overexposure is killing you. You're playing way too many one and done angles. We talked about this. Lead your teammates a bit more on the attack. Lead your teammates a bit more on the attack, or at least try. Like, you know, I know that your teammates are not always gonna listen to you, but try to persuade them. Try to pick up the spike. Go where, you know, position yourself for the play that you want to do. Maybe they follow you. If they don't follow you, then you simply adapt. But out of all of these points, like, generally speaking, like, I would say that 2 most problematic shits for you are your positioning, like how you take the fights and from which positions you take the fights, how you position for the fights, this overall overexposure, and the team play. Like, ranked team play just needs to be on another level. Like, you need to pay more attention to the minimap. Ask yourself 2 steps in advance, what are your teammates gonna do? Based on their body posture and utility that they're using. And of course, like, you know, you can get better at predicting the enemies and better initial positioning on a defender side and attacker side as well, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm gonna give you some private coaching content that's gonna fix these problems for you. So what you're gonna get, like, from me after this VOD review, you'll get 3 private coaching videos that are gonna cover 90% of these problems and explain in depth. Like, that's like 6 hours of additional private coaching. That's gonna explain everything, literally everything, and how to actually implement it within your gameplay. You are not gonna get any training from me, like general training, because I just don't know, you know, like, you have a very limited time. Like, I would just recommend you to mainly focus on my ranked playbook on Discord and try replicating those plays. You can continue playing Omen, you know, you can continue playing Omen, but it would not be a bad idea for you to get on some duelist as well, you know, so that you're a bit more upfront, trying to take more space, like trying to develop that mindful, aggressive playstyle a bit better, instead of just acting as a support and just randomly doing shit left and right. Anyways, you know, what do you think of Raze? Raze, Jet can be fine, both of them. It's really up to you, whatever you prefer. Maybe even Chamber, like, if you're not gonna play alone every round. Because a lot of the positions that you love to play are decent position for Chamber when he has a teleport, for an example. And when it comes to aim training, you're just gonna give me like you know, 10 hours, or like, just give me, you know, 4 hours. I'll figure out. I'll watch this VOD review. I'll watch this VOD one more time, and I'll give you some aim labs, Kovacs playlist, some kind of an aim training that's good for you, that is not too big, you know, that is not too long, and that you can do like every day as a warm-up for like 15 to 20 minutes, and then you play like 1, 2, 3 games, depending how many games you can play during the day. Okay, my friend, other than that, we'll continue our talk through private messages. Like, this VOD review was already 3 hours and 22 minutes. Tomorrow we have another VOD review. Tomorrow I think it's Chamber? I think it's Chamber tomorrow. On Sunday is Omen, and on Saturday is Omen, and Sunday is Jet. So those are the next 4 VOD reviews that we have. Other than that, like, for all of the YouTube guys, thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, you know. Ask me anything. I'll respond on like almost every comment, as long as it's normal. And join Discord server for private coaching, join Discord server for like giveaways, watch the live streams, and yeah, thank you for watching. Bye bye. Roll the closer, bro.